All right, well, we'll get started then. Yeah, I mean, ain't no way to do it but to do it. So, welcome back, y'all. I hope everybody's had good holidays, a good Thanksgiving, a good Christmas, and Happy New Year and all that. Welcome back to Adventures in Luxus. I don't really know how to start this, so we'll just get right into it. Yeah, we'll just get right into it by me introducing the party of them old school gamers. At the top, we got AGTX, the Dragons.
That's not at all how you say that.
And he will be playing Uquill, the Slayer / Dragon Shaman. Shaman!
Shamonly.
Shaman.
Shamonly!
It's Michael! Yeah.
Worst ever.
Oh my god, it's Michael Jackson!
So that's Dragons. He will be
Maybe.
playing Uquill. Next we have Kassid 69.
Ayo.
Ayo. And she'll be playing Agargus, the Myconid Pion Mender, the little healer. I for whatever reason I almost said sugar substitute, and I don't know why that came
Splenda?
Yeah, our little Splenda character, our little Diet
Take
Coke.
a break. This in a
Garrus
while.
really is our little Splenda packet.
Yeah.
Jesus
A
Christ.
little Diet Coke, 1 calorie, not Coke enough. Yeah. Healer. That's basically what a Garrigus does. And if you could figure out what a Garrigus is, you let me know. You just let me know.
You let them know.
Because a Garrigus is just here.
He is Himothy.
Himothy.
The Timothy's appendices.
Next we have Icy Hot _2305. And he will be Hola. And he will be playing.
He's farting into the mic.
Yeah, he is. He's like, my name's Zoltan.
Error 44. Mike is found, unfortunately.
He is also 100% Himalayan.
He's the spleen. He's the spleen. He's the spleen. So what's Zoltan's power then? So glad you asked. I don't know. That joke may be dated. I might be the only one who gets that one, but whoever smelt it shall forever dealt it. Anyways, no, he will be playing Zoltan Heisenberg, and
Heisenberg question mark?
Heisenberg question mark. Say my name. Heisenberg. Anyways,
He is the one who knocks.
yeah, I am the danger. But yeah, so he will be playing the Deep Druid. He is a half drow Deep Druid, meaning he doesn't get his druidic powers from the topside nature. Oh no, he gets it from the dark places. the cockles, if you will.
Well,
Nature.
you can tell we've been away, people. We're sorry. Our DM has kind of lost his fucking mind in this time. He may have gone fucking senile.
With a long shiny blade.
Yeah. The cockles of power is what Sultan draws upon. Jesus
There just
Christ.
ain't no
Dude.
fucking way.
Oh man, I made myself laugh on that one. Anyways, that's Sultan Heisenberg, our cockles druid. And next we have Ness, who will be playing Android Farizon, Lord Android Farizon. He is a bard / paladin / saint of Corlon Larethion.
He's just Big Daddy Moneybucks. That's pretty much what he's good for.
Big Daddy, money bucks.
He is the Monopoly guy of the group. He's the banker.
Yeah, he's
And
Mr. Monopoly.
every time the
He's got the
party,
get out of jail free card.
every time we come together to play D&D, and the group comes together to play Monopoly within the D&D game, which is like a dream within a dream, Android is always the banker.
True.
You know.
Trust the motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
I'm telling you what is over there, Grandma.
I'm sitting on Baltic with crab.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So
Only but it's a goodie.
Android Farizon, the self-styled main character, as he would call himself,
True.
until he needs you, Quill.
Yeah, until he's in any real danger, and then he's like, "You suck."
You Quill, or like, or he needs healing. Then it's like, Agarius, on my back.
What are you all doing, letting me get hurt?
Yeah. Or until there's like some kind of like really difficult puzzle or something, and then Zoltan just steps forward and goes, I have magic for that. So,
Yeah.
yes. Or until he meets our next character, who is played by Unit 620, Elsa Blackwell. The 12-year-old girl raised by wargs. She's a feral child. Say hello, Unit.
Sorry.
Hi. Hi.
Howdy. It's like, wait a minute.
Yes. Elsa is the warg goddess in legend. She's 12 years old, but everybody thinks that she might be a lot older. I don't know. Time will tell. And she is the party's attack dog. Like,
Pretty much.
no cap.
Yeah.
No cap. If somebody runs from the group, Quill's not going to chase him. Agaragis ain't going to chase him. Nobody's going to. No, they're going to be like, Elsa, get that guy. And Elsa's going to probably chase him down and really make him feel bad about himself because he just got tackled by a 12-year-old girl and put in a cross-face chicken wing. She puts him in the cross-face crippler. Let's put it, let's be real about this. Yes. Yes. That is Elsa, who's also got a living shadow. So, and oh yeah, shoot, I almost forget. I'm Lord Pog, your humble DM.
And nothing humble about him.
We humbly thank you all for joining us as we return to our regular sessions of Adventures in Loxos. And yeah, let's do a quick recap here as to where we're standing right now in the campaign. You guys have traveled to a whole different continent of Pang Shun. You did so really as a favor to Yoshi Larethian for her brother Farin, Yeah, his last name is
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, Lord Farun. His last name isn't Lord. Yeah. Farun's Dagon. He's do it. Anyways, no, he doesn't. You guys were supposed to do a job for him in the underworld, and it kind of got effed up, and you guys made a new enemy by the name of Karbok Aharok, the Mind Flayer, the Illithid.
Yeah, what a fucking dick.
Yeah, he unlocked tormented memories with inside Android, so your guys' bard / paladin / saint is going through what do we call that, trials right now. But
he's acting a little bit like Jared Leto right now.
he's gonna start a screamo band and and have a video with Rihanna in it for some weird reason. So you can wake up at like 6 a.m. with just the TV running for no reason. You're like, what is that? Is that freaking Rihanna? Is that freaking Jared Leto? What is going on here? anyways, so
welcome
and then you just turn back on Full Metal Alchemist. You're just like, what was that?
Pretty
okay,
much.
there we go. Anyways,
Tsunami.
yeah, what is going on? So yeah, but even though things kind of got jumbled up, Farun stayed true to his word and gave you guys pretty much directions to where you could find the next elemental weird. And you guys ended up on the continent of Pangshun. You have entered foreign lands. You are now excuse me.
Gay.
I said, get it out! You are in the land known as Longzhi-Jugo, which just means the dragoon below shogunate.
The dragon below.
Yes.
Call me donkey.
Yeah.
You're so fucking dumb. God damn it!
Because I like
Son of a
because in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Everybody likes a parfait.
Onions have layers.
Yeah, onions have layers. Parfaits have layers.
Everybody loves parfait.
So, while here, you guys have entered the contest of the Honored Jingzhou. And, I sure hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, Jingzhou. You have entered the Honored Jingzhou. Because while you've been here, you have been talking to this race known as the Dragoon. And the Dragoon are not to be mistaken for Dragonborn. You guys have seen Dragonborn. There's a noticeable difference. Dragoon are a lot slimmer. They don't follow the standard metallic colorings of, say, a Dragonborn. When you guys were in the Beastlands, you met Red Dragonborn. You know that they're much bulkier, much more martial looking, while these guys look more, like I said, they're more slim, maybe more finesse, if you will. And their colorings are almost mixtures of the different chromatic dragons. While here, you found out that they have been waiting for your arrival in particular. Because all the way back when, in Arc 1, when you became the Dragon Totem, that sent them a message. The ancestors, the ones they call their ancestors, i.e. dragons, who you all thought were extinct, they claim that there are some dragons, their ancestors, as they say, are here in their lands, just hanging out. They don't show themselves. They don't hold audience with people or anything like that. Nothing like that. But they they swear up and down that their ancestors are here and their ancestors talk. So, and their ancestors told them one day you would be here. And you, Quill, you have been given task to resurrect their goddess, free their goddess from her imprisonment in the stars, Tachesis. Because her sister, Tiamat, banished her there out of jealousy. Jealousy that Tachesis ran her type of dragon better than Tiamat did. And as such, you are the first entry the Dragoon have ever had to enter the Honor Jingzhu, which is a festival that they hold every 30 years where all the different shogunates and all the different lands and all the different tribes and mercenary groups all come together to celebrate, and they have those pretty much like 3 days, but I mean honestly it's almost a week-long thing. It's just that the 3 days really count as the Jingzhu. But they have those 3 days of peace. And during that time, no bloodshed can be had. Sure, you can get drunk, you can fist fight, you can beat the crap out of each other all you want, but no murder. No murder, no nothing. Should anybody be murdered, the person who did the murdering is executed right then and there. It doesn't matter who you are, your status in society, nothing. You're dead because you've broken the principle of the Jingzhu. And because the Dragoon are the ones that have agreed to hold it in their lands every year, it's even worse. If a Dragoon's blood should be shed, then the entire Dragoon shogunate will rise up not only against that one person, but against whether it be their tribe or their shogunate, whatever. They'll rise up and go to war against that person, and another Jingzhu will never be held again. Which is important to know because the party has become privy to an assassination plot against Mazaru, the Dragoon's shaman. They're like head shaman. Think of like their pope, if you will. There's an assassination plot being formed against her. And so far you guys don't really know much about it, except we know that Elsa discovered that there is a group of mercenaries called the Demon Sword Saguchi who were hired to do the job, but somebody else underbid them, and so they lost the job. Also, your shadow, Biggs, has been going through some changes here lately, and you're not entirely sure what's going on with him, but it's basically your shadow in of itself, because he is your shadow, just looks like a puddle of black ooze. A puddle of black ooze on the ground. So I want you all to keep that in mind. Elsa casts no shadow right now. Her shadow just looks like an ink blot on the ground. And when you talk to it, it's like Android said, he's speaking in reverse. So something is going.
I remember that.
Yeah, so he's going through something right now. So you, Quill, you're in the tournament, the Jingzhu tournament now. You are one of the honored chosen, and you've gone around through the barracks introducing yourself to the different contestants. And most of them don't seem to like you, except the one Lord, I believe his name was Lord Wolfbow, if I'm not mistaken, but I will double check that just for the sake of brevity. Lord Oslin Wolfbow. You and him seem to get along because really at the end of the day, you both are outsiders. You know, he's not a natural native to the continent of Pengshun either. And but mostly everybody else seems to think that your entry by the Dragoons by the Dragoon Shogunate is an offense to the rest of them. Meanwhile, Android and the rest of the group, Agaragus went to meditate. Agaragus has gone off by themselves to meditate and has no idea of what is going on at this point. Because Agaragus, I don't know if you entirely remember what all has been talked about, but there have been private moments within the session that was only for you to know. So I don't entirely expect you to remember all of it. Shoot.
I feel like I remember most of it, but
Okay. Well, have you pondered any of it? That's my next question.
I have. But I was just talking to Jack today, and I was like, man, I don't even remember what was happening in D&D.
I was giving her a breakdown of what I could remember.
All right. There's that. And then, so you're meditating on this, though. So what you can remember,
Yeah.
that's fine, and we'll fill in the blanks. It's been a while. And then, same thing with Zoltan. Zoltan, you talked to that fortune teller the night of the festival, the beginning of the festival, and she told you some things too. And I don't know if you remember all of them or not. But if you don't, message me later and I'll fill you in on it. Okay?
Alright. I believe I remember all of it, but you know.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
whatever.
message you and talk to you about it.
Okay. Yeah. So it was Zoltan, Android, and Elsa who caught the Nezumi, which is like a rat poke, a humanoid. They're like humanoid rat poke people. That's their race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys caught one of them spying on you. Yeah. And when Elsa ran him down and dropped him with a cross-faced chicken wing, he answered a little bit of your questions, but not really. And then, yeah, gave himself a poison capsule, and it not only killed him, but it disintegrated his entire body, leaving no trace of him whatsoever. And that's really where we're at. That is where we are picking up, folks. So, Android, Elsa, and Zoltan. You guys stand there over what is left of the Nezumi, which isn't much. You can kind of tell that there was a body there once just because of the indent within the ground on the grassy area that he was laying on, and some of the acidics behind that ate up some of that ground. But other than that, I mean, unless you knew what you were looking for, you could walk by that whole spot and you'd never even know. You'd never even know that he was there. So, question is now, what are y'all doing?
So at this point, Uquill is still away from us.
Yes, yes, he's still in the barracks. He's getting prepped for
The Jingsu, correct?
the Jingsu. Yeah,
That's what I thought. Let's see something.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, I don't exist for this mission.
He'll be there for a while, we can presume.
do what?
We can presume that he's gonna be there for a while.
Probably the whole day. The way it works is he's about to go and compete in a bunch of physical a bunch of physical contests against other contestants.
So it's alright. I guess Android's gonna look at Elsa and be like, well, should we go check in on the bunny people? I think they're staying at the Longfang River Inn. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that is what it is. That sounds right to me.
So let's I don't know. I don't know much more what to say about that. We didn't get any answers out of that guy, so maybe the Bunzai will know something about this. I just don't know much what else to do. I guess we could be looking for some information about the fucking, what's his name? The assassination contract against Zaboomafoo. Whatever.
It's alright
Yeah.
that you mispronounced her name. I, you know, it's not like I work hard on these names or anything.
I know it's Zaboomaroo, but Zaboomafoo. Me and you and
Zabu.
Zaboomafoo.
Again, it's okay. So is that what you all intend to do then? Which do you intend to do? Do you intend to delve deeper into the assassination attempt, or do you want to go question the Bunzai?
Something tells me that this instance and the assassination plot are somehow interconnected. So maybe let's just go talk to the Bunzai and see what they may know about this. They're like some of the few people that I feel like I can trust here.
Oh yeah, and something I forgot to mention too is that Elsa started a little group, a little thieves guild in called the Debt Collectors, and she currently has all the children, yeah, in that group running around right now trying to collect information about Saguchi the Demon Sword and what his what his involvement may be in all this. So that, I guess that's important to keep in mind for the time being as well.
Oh. I was just looking at my notes. Zaguchi had the contract but lost it to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah. When they come back, they'll probably have the name of the person that he lost it to, I would imagine.
Perhaps.
I
Who
don't
can
know that
say?
Android knows that. I
Yeah.
know that Android knows that about the Thieves Guild.
Well, not to be too meta, but as a DM, I'm not even sure I know that.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think she said it. Well,
Fourth wall broken.
usually when she comes back to Android, she kind of reports what she's done, but I don't remember specifically this time, so...
Oh yeah, she told him. She told him. I remember that. She told him because she's the one that first spotted the Nezumi, and then she looked at him. Yeah, she told everybody who was willing to listen at that moment, which might have been just you. And then I think Zoltan kind of got in on it, but he was like contemplating those barracks for a long time, kind of determining whether or not he could actually sneak in there just to see what was going on. But
I was contemplating on turning into another mouse.
mm-hmm.
You do be pondering for real.
He was distracted because he was too busy getting robbed.
Yes, Elsa robbed him the last session we had. Yes, I remember that.
Oh yeah, and
She
then
jumped on
Android
his
gave
back
her Yeah, I do.
And
remember
Android
that.
gave her her share, yeah. Like, she jumped on his back and put her hand over his mouth. She's like, Zoltan, chill out, it's just me, Elsa. Don't be worried. Don't be afraid or something like that. I remember.
Be not afraid.
Yeah.
So, so you guys are definitely gonna go talk to the Bunzai then.
Yeah, I think so. Fuck it.
Alright then. So, you all begin making your way back down into the town, leaving the barracks behind you and Garrigus. And you begin making your way down to the, what was that place called? The Long Leaf Inn?
Long Fang?
Long Fang.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think it was Long Fang. It was either Long Fang or Long Leaf. I should have wrote that down. I didn't write that down.
For the long leaf.
The Long Leaf. Yeah. You pick.
Bunzai hit the long leaf in. That makes sense to me.
Double L is appealing.
Which-
Alliteration.
Which, for the listeners at home, the Bunzai are a rabbit folk. They're humanoid rabbit people. You know, if you're just tuning in, that is where we're at.
They're
Needless
just
to,
tuning in. They
Yeah,
think we're all
goodbye.
fucking crazy as shit.
needless to say, the continent of Pangshun is it has a lot of rare. I wouldn't even say rare because they're not rare to. It's not rare to them, but they're exotic races. So, yeah, they're rare where I come from. What the heck? I thought orcs were bad. You all begin making your way into town to speak with the Bunzai. We're gonna have to take a quick second here, guys. I'm sorry. One second.
Acceptable.
Alright, I'm back.
What up?
What up? Everybody still here? Or?
Unfortunately.
I think.
Okay. Alright then. Sorry about that. I had to take my dog out to the bathroom. He's just walking around in circles and he would not lay down. And I'm like, if I don't take him out, he's gonna go on the ground. Alright, so...
Naturally.
Well, I mean, like, he's trying to... Yeah, he's trying to let me know, hey, take me outside. You know what I mean? He's trying. Every time I, like, tell him to lay down, he lays down, but then he lays there for a minute, and then he just gets back up and starts doing circles again. So...
He's like, bro, you don't understand.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta poop. Alright, so... yeah, so you guys begin making your way down to speak with the... What in the... Okay, so... What in the holy... Okay. So, you guys begin making your way down to speak with the bonsai at the long leaf. You Quill. You... Where we last left you, everybody was beginning to be filtered down out of the barracks into a hallway where that basically takes you into like a small arena in the back of the palace of, you know, of the Forgotten City. When I say a small arena, it's not really small at all. There's, you know, hundreds of people there, hundreds of thousands of people there, all to watch the honored chosen do battle, basically, you know, compete with one another in this tournament. Your first contestant. They begin naming off everybody, like one of the dragoon, a wingless one. He begins walking by and begins handing everybody a slip of paper with a different color on it. And everybody takes their paper and they start matching their colors to one another, you know. And your first contestant, you see, you match it up. It is a, what they call a kitsune, which is a humanoid fox person with multiple tails. And they're standing over there. This, you haven't talked to this one. You haven't talked to this person before. He's standing there. He's wearing like a long overcoat. He looks pretty much like a fox, but he's wearing, you know, just a fine leather overcoat and some trousers. He doesn't seem like the physical type. You see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't strike you as physically imposing. So it's kind of odd that this guy is the one that they chose to enter into. Why are you laughing?
It's something else.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
You about to get scraped? That's what. No, I'm fine.
It just seems odd to you that this one would be the one that they would enter, considering that, again, he's not exactly buff. I mean, like, you tower over him at least a good 2 feet, maybe, or maybe a foot, anyways.
Yeah.
You know? And he matches up his color with yours, and he just looks up at you and he says, "Well met. It seems that you are my mountain that I must move."
It would appear to be that way.
He says, "Well, good luck to you then. I will."
Equal kind of like half-ass remembers, like, you know, whatever. He's like trying to be polite, you know what I mean? But it's still you, Quill. It's like, bro, the fight's on!
He says, I I will try to take it easy on you if you promise to do the same for me. And he just kind of grins.
Yukwil just chuckles. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you're taking it easy is.
He says, well, look at it this way. Murder is not permitted.
Lord. He's like, fuck, I gotta, like an inner monologue's like, fuck, I gotta remember that.
Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot.
I can't just rip off his fucking head. Right. Note to self, pull punches just a smidge.
Says, well, good day to you. And
Okay.
you hear you watch as the gates begin to open, and it said, then the dragoon starts coming in and getting you guys in line. He lines some of you up against one wall, lines another group of you up against another wall,
Yeah.
and he color coordinates you to where you're across the wall from the one you will be facing, and then he puts you all in line according red, blue, green, your color happens to be pink. And no, I'm just kidding. Your color happens to be, pink. Why not? Happens to be pink, and you're sitting there, and so you're on down the line from the colors because it's a system they have worked out. And he tells the first two combatants to go out. You see that the two first combatants are a dog-looking guy who, who they call the Daji, who are just basically dog folk, not wolves. Not like werewolves from your homeland. No, these guys just look like, canines. He's all clad in armor, and he is going up against one of the Bunzai, who is a female. And she's sitting there, she looks like what you would expect from a woman bunny. You know what I mean? She just looks like a woman bunny. And it begins to work its way like that. They exit out to face one another, and once those two step out to do combat with one another, the gates close once more, and you can watch the fight from outside or from inside past the gates, but you can't actually get out to them as it stands now. And soon enough, it will be your turn. Agaragus.
Yeah.
You have been meditating for a while now, contemplating on what exactly?
Well,
Oh, sorry, go for it.
oh no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I didn't real. I was just kind of. You please.
Insist.
I'm like, no, you. Oh, no, you. No, I was just gonna say, you know what's being asked of you. You know why the Kuatoa were speaking with you now. Which is weird. It says something about it says something about them that they can do that, that they can do what they do, but where is Agaragus right now? How is agaricus feeling? They've been rooted, as it's called. It's kind of like when the elves go into their meditational sleep. You kind of do the same thing, only it's more plant-like, I guess. It's not so much a meditation as it's kind of like a system shutdown. You actually become, because fungi aren't actually plants, they're fungus, right? But they do take root within the ground and such. So
That sounds racist.
she meets a Trent, big old tree guy. She's like, I'm of the forest too. He's like, you're a fungus.
You're a fungus. Don't you compare yourself to me. Know your role and shut your mouth.
You can't swim in that swimming pool. No, no. This is not where this is going. No.
It seems we're going there, sir.
No, but like you do, right? It's kind of like a system shutdown. You become more like a fungi than a myconid in that sense, like a living fungi. You become more like, a fungi, an inanimate object, as it were, or it's not even inanimate, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So that's what taking root for a myconid is. And
Okay.
Oh, we lost Unit. Unit died. F in the chat. Well, he may come back. We'll just have to carry on. We're committed now, folks. But yeah, so you're just rooted there. While you're in this like system shutdown, it like I said, it's almost like a meditative state, only I guess it would be more instinctual for you. While elves actually meditate and think and ponder on these things, for you it's more like a retelling of all the events, almost like a sorting of files, as it were. So how does that work for agaricus? What is agaricus sorting out?
I think his feelings most of all.
Right?
Kind of trying to see what might be the best option.
Now, when you say best option, do you mean best option in carrying out? Or do you mean like yay or nay?
I was thinking of carrying out, but now with the yay nay, that like the connected with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's kind of like that too.
So, okay. So while agaricus is filing this away and just kind of making it orderly, because myconids are pretty matters fact, for them a lot of things are just black and white.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not this way, then it's that way, or vice versa. I would say that what agaricus needs to file is at least now don't let me tell you how to live your life. But based upon what you're saying, while they're doing this sorting and the fact that everything is just matters fact, you said that the yay or nay may be tied into carrying out said instruction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That for agaricus would be, for a myconid, would be what they call feeling. Okay? Feeling for them is a deeper level. Because they don't really have feelings on things very much. They know how to care for things because, you know, Agaragis before all this loved to tend to nature. And that word, love, it's a very specific kind of love. It's not that blanket statement. You know? Just because Agaragis loves to tend for nature doesn't mean that Agaragis necessarily has a person in their life that they love. You know, they don't confuse love in that sense where they just say, well, love is love. You know, no, they don't see it like that. They break it up into different things because you can love one thing, but another kind of love could be just like, well, why? You see? So for Agaragis right now, what Agaragis is experiencing is feelings. They are experiencing feelings on this matter because of their current situation, and maybe, dare I say, perhaps the group that they're with. You know? There's nobody, let me put it to you like this, there's no other Myconids in Agaragis' life right now to spurn them on to keeping in order, to staying in line. Agaragis' life has become extremely chaotic, all things considered, since they come from such an ordered existence to begin with. So that's all I'm saying. Like, whilst you ponder Agaragis' filings, keep this in mind of Myconid society and how Myconids tend to look at things. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you come to your own decisions with all the evidence that I can present to you about said things. You see?
Yeah.
So, Android, Elsa, and Zoltan, you guys make it down to the Long Leaf. And, that's exactly what you see. You see all the bonsai out there smoking up. No, there's there's all sorts of different, you know, denizens coming in and out of there. People are still like, it's the festival is still underway. People are still popping off fireworks and things like that. Which, Elsa, remember, you still have some of those fireworks in your hand, or wherever you file things away at. Do what, bud? Yeah, you're coming in really rough. Ouch. Yeah. Is it just me, or is everybody else hearing him like sound like a robot?
Yeah, he sounds kind of choppy.
Alright.
Any better?
Oh, way better. Way better.
Like my internet's jacked up. It keeps disconnecting on me.
Ooh. Ooh. They're not having another Aztec festival outside, are they?
No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
That was like 2 weeks ago. You guys remember that? Yeah, you guys remember that one year when we were playing? He was like, man, they won't shut up. They were out there just going to town. Yeah, but yeah, so you got but yeah, you have some fireworks.
Spanish were outside just going to town on some Aztecs.
Oh man. Oh man. Well, for any listeners out there who got feeling a type of way about that, leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about that statement just now. But so the so yeah, because if you remember, Elsa, you were running by and you just saw some kids playing with them and you just took a grip of them from them and was like, I'm out. And then the debt collectors gave you some poppers as well. So, yes. So there's people setting off fireworks, partying down, getting drunk. I mean, everybody's having themselves a grand old time. You guys come stepping into the long leaf, and you see some bonsai, but is there anybody in particular you're looking for? Like, is there? How do you want to go about this?
Good question.
Well, I can tell you, even as you're walking in there and you're contemplating on what to do next, there's already a commotion amongst the bonsai. A lot of them you can see are leaving the long leaf, and you even hear one of them just halfway mention something about Cora's up. She was and one of them says, "Are you kidding me? First round? Really? That's great!" You know? And, they get up and they begin moving out, and you see plenty of bonsai just kind of filtering out of the place.
Right.
But if there's one in particular, I'll tell you this right now: you don't see the great hair at all. You don't see him as one of the people filtering out of this place. Whether or not that means he's leaving, or whether or not that means he's just there and he's not leaving, or he's already left, you don't know as it stands right now.
Well, I guess we can start looking into what's taking everybody off, you know? Like, just kind of walk up a little closer and passively observe, like, what everybody's talking about, so we can maybe get a better picture of what's going on. I know we have that one guy that we could be looking for. I can't remember his name. Maybe I have it written down. I'll check in a second, but we'll, yeah, maybe we just listen to what they're saying a little closer for a second.
Well, as you get closer, you do observe a female bonsai. She's standing there speaking with one of the other bonsai, and she seems displeased. While some of the other bonsai seem happy about this, she's like, "You don't understand," is what she says, and you're eavesdropping at this point, you know, mind you. Yeah. She's like, "You don't understand. A first round pick is terrible. It's terrible. Because then that means that if we have an offset number, she's probably not going to make it into the buy section. She'll have to compete again, and maybe even sooner than later, depending on how quickly the other matches go." The other one says, "Oh," and then the male she's talking to, he's kind of drunk. You can tell he's been hitting the drink a little hard. And he's like, "Oh, Nahara, you always worry too much. Cora's one of the best we have. She'll be fine." She's like, "No, see, you don't listen. You don't listen at all." And it's at that moment that her ear kind of flicks a little bit, and you see her kind of give a sideways glance over her shoulder, and then she spins around and looks at you, Android. And I'm guessing Elsa and Zoltan followed you. So she's like facing the entire group now. She says, "Something you need?"
Android just kind of puts his hands up and gives a slight bow, you know, and he says, "My name is Android. This is Elsa and Zoltan. Our friend is also in the Jingsu, and we were just looking for the great hair. I just didn't want to be rude and interrupt."
He's already at the tournament, watching us get screwed on our seating. She kind of looks at you for a minute. She goes, when I say seating, I mean, you are the foreigners that the Great Hare spoke of, yes?
Correct.
She said, okay, then you're probably not quite well aware of how this works. Each contestant has what they call a seat, a spot within the tournament. Because we have the first seat with whoever she's facing or whoever our honored chosen is facing. She's probably, if we have an offset number. And she thinks about it. I don't know if you know what that means, offset number. If I...
Like every other number?
She goes, well, then she kind of looks at her fingers and she goes, okay, so if I have 3 of something and I want to give, but there's only 2 people, me and someone else, and I want to share with them, it means one person's going to get more of something than the other.
Okay.
An offset number. She's like, I don't know what you call it in your lands, but here that's what we call it, an offset number.
Sure.
We have our set numbers and our offset numbers. If we have an offset number of contestants this year, which can happen, because there's no order to this, no matter what they claim, then odds are we're not going to get in what we call the bye seat, or the seat of rest. Sometimes we have more we have too many contestants that we can't match them up in set. So we let one contestant rest around until they can compete again. And if she's first and then she can't rest, there you have it. Especially if she has to go so soon again. It's fixed, I tell you. They hate our people. They hate our culture. We get no respect from any of the others.
He says, well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's not right. He just kind of scratches the back of his head. He says, I don't quite know what to say, but I understand your plight. I'm sorry.
She says, well, she kind of looks you over for a moment, and she says, I could see that you mean that. Yes, so what did you need to speak with the Great Hare about?
He says, well, we're looking into some matters about a supposed plot for an assassination during the Honorable Jingzhu, which, of course, is no news to you. I'm sure that is a huge no-no. So we are trying to prevent that from happening so that you may continue your festival.
Her ears just kind of perk up a little bit, and she says, you're talking about a plot to kill somebody in the one time where that is absolutely not allowed.
Yes, so you must understand why we feel the need to step in and prevent that from happening.
She furrows her eyebrows at you, like her brow at you. She doesn't really have eyebrows per se, but she furrows her brow at you. And she goes, and what, you think we're suspect? You think the Great Hare would threaten the honored Jingzhu?
Absolutely not. I just wanted to converse with him with some of the clues that we have and see what he may know. He has been a valuable source of information to us since we've been here, and he's helped us along our way. We just wanted to see what he may know about this, pick his brain, as it were.
Says, I see. Oh, so you seek his advice.
Yes.
Well, that's different then. That means that means more. Okay. Well, why, just for the sake of my curiosity though, why would you be seeking his advice?
Just because he's one of the few that I trust here. He kind of shrugs. He hasn't steered me wrong yet, and you know, I want to see what he may know, point me in some sort of direction. We had a run-in with an unsavory sort, so we're curious what he might be able to tell us about that.
I see. Well, okay.
But you say he's already attending the tournament? He's already out watching it?
She says yes, and I can take you to him, actually. If there is a plot, and this threatens all of the Jingzhou, you said?
Presumably. I mean, it's to my understanding that if there were to ever be a murder during the time of the Jingzhou, that you would never be able to have it again.
She says yes.
Is that correct? I mean, so it seems to me like it's something dire. You know.
She says yes, that is correct. We yes. I'm sorry. If that happens, well, it depends. It depends. I don't want to ask too much more. Actually, it's not my place, especially if you've come for the Great Hair's advice on the matter. All I can say is I will take you to him at once. He is by far the wisest person that you could have come to get this advice. And you just remember, though, something, okay? When you stop this plan, when you foil this plan, you remember to tell everybody who it was that helped you do it, who it was that gave you the sage advice that you look for, that it was the great hair of the Bonsai tribe.
When she says this, Android gives her a deep bow, you know, and he says, well, it seems to me that this would be a compliment to you, so honor to you and your kin.
She crosses her arms and looks at you with like a half grin, and she looks extremely pleased by this. She goes, good. Maybe then the shogunates and the other tribes and even these mercenary groups will know who it is they deal with. Come this way. So, Quill, you've been back there waiting for your turn in the fight, or in the tournament, and many have gone ahead of you. And one of the ones that you see just before it's your turn, you realize that this isn't an even number of combatants, and you realize that the woman monk who was speaking with you before, who told you that how you may be you're kind of an offense to everybody, and that she hopes to face off against you. You notice she's not with any combatant at all. That she's getting a pass to have to compete this round. and she's just standing there. You're actually that means you're the last the competitors, you and this Kitsune. And one of the things, you've been watching these fights take place, and you've been taking note of the different combatants who have won the fights. A giant werewolf has which you find completely off the fact that he's even here, because they don't come from around here, they come from where you're from. But he's won his round, and he so far he seems to be the most vicious of the combatants that you've seen. He's very physically capable. He's rather large. Whoever he was before he was infected must have been a large man from your homeland, you can only assume. You know, very large, very imposing looking character indeed. The next contestant who has won, you notice that the doggy actually beat the Bunzai. He's won his match, and as each person wins, you notice a difference in attitude. Like when the werewolf won, he just kept beating on his opponent until he was told to stop. While the Dodgy, once the fight was over, once he realized he had won, he respectfully stopped. You know, maybe out of fear of, or he's not like that, right? He's just not a total jerk. You notice that this, yeah. You notice that this warrior clad in jade green armor has won his match, and out of everybody, he seems to be the most skilled martially. Like, he seems very honed. While the werewolf is physically imposing, this guy actually looks like he actually understands combat down to, hand-to-hand combat down to its instruction. You know, if he zigs, I zag, type of attitude there. The Ping Xiong, who talked to you, the bear man, as it were, he, the one that threatened you before, he wins his, and he's just kind of a bruiser himself. Only there seems to be a little bit more style to him than, say, the werewolf in that sense. This dude seems to have, like, you notice that he gets, what he does is it's almost like he wrestles. He squats down real low and then comes at you with, like, fast palm strikes and just completely overtakes your position before he's just got you down on the ground and is and is pulverizing you. Now, take it how you will. You know, maybe there's disappointment, or maybe it's just like it is what it is. But you notice that Lord Wolfbow gets defeated, and who he gets defeated by is a what they call the How, which seems to be an animal-like race, but it's an animal you've never seen before. They have like these long tails and these feet that have like opposable thumbs that match their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? You know what they are in real life. I'm just, you quill with it, right? These guys are basically ape or monkey men, as you know what I'm saying? But who he gets beaten by is quite a physically imposing character himself. This guy, he seems to be kind of like a mixture of physicality and prowess. And he uses a fighting style that oddly reminds you of tack. And you haven't thought about tack in like years, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but you remember the way Tack used to fight, how he, you know, he was able to, you know, almost like doing combat as if he was using a weapon, but it was all with his hands, you know? It was a very martial art, as it were, you know? This dude seems to be able to do that himself, only he's kind of crazy in the sense where when he gets in there, it doesn't seem like he knows how to fight at all. And then as the fight progresses, it's almost as if he learns what you're doing and then counteracts you with it. And you've observed all of this. And now it is your turn for combat. Once again, the Kitsune, he just looks at you as they're calling out the names. He looks at you and he says, "Are you ready?"
It's all up for me.
Says, "Well, win or lose, you honor me." And then you hear the announcer go, "Kazo!" And everybody, and he goes stepping out the gate. And then you hear the announcer again say, "And now, the honor chosen for the first time representing the Dragoon Shogunate, I present to you the pale-skinned foreigner, Quill." Huh? What did you say?
Daddy Fat Tax has entered the arena.
Yeah. Quill! And everybody's like, and you go stepping out. Before all this happens, though, mind you, Android, you, Elsa, and Zoltan are led by Nahara to the arena that sits on the backside of the for Forgotten City's palace. And you can see that this is where everybody is flocking to. Sooner or later, everyone comes to the arena to watch this fight. And it's a large square structure built of two parts, stone, metal, and gold. And you watch this as you marvel at it as it spires up, and then the back section of it V's down almost as if a triangular cut has been made into it. And that triangular cut fits a what looks like a giant board of some sort, where you can see just off in the distance men standing on scaffolding, almost like a platform on this board, as they're taking money from people who are racing the money up to them, and they're writing numbers on it with the different names of the contestants and stuff. And it's almost like they're just keeping track of the rounds for those of the people who are in the, what you call the nosebleeds. It's even got information on it about so-and-so looks, you know, this and that, blah, 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 you know, giving out basically a tale of the tape, as it were. So, eventually, Nahara takes you through the actual arena, and you guys are filtered through there. All throughout there, there's people selling liquor or alcohol and different kinds of consumables and food and drink and all sorts of things, as she takes you up into the outside into the seats and leads you up past many different kinds of people to where the gray hair is sitting. And The gray hair is flanked by his own, who seem to be watching, more or less acting as bodyguards without, like, overdoing it. You know? And she presents you to the gray hair. She says, "Great hair, master. I have brought the foreigners that you spoke of to you. They seek your counsel because you are wise, and they recognize that of you. The Bunzai have been honored this day." And he just looks at her and goes, Yeah, I'm trying to watch. Go on. He looks at you and he says, "Hey, android."
Android daps him up.
He's like, "What's up, man?" Yeah. He's like, he's like, he looks at some people, he goes, Shoo, move. The Bunzai are like, oh. He's like, "Make room, make seats for my friends." He sits there with you and he goes, "So what's this counseling that you need so much?" You have to forgive Nahara. She... that girl. She thinks everything is like some kind of bureaucracy, you know? But what is this? What is this great honor?
Kind of like, yeah, I get that. She seems a little tightly strung, but that's okay. She cares about her people, I think. It's just kind of like, we're having this problem. You see, we've discovered that there are some people who intend to carry out a murder during the Jingsu, which, of course, you know, cannot happen. So we're trying to stop it. We're kind of ambushed by one of the, what do you call them? The android kind of looks around. He's like the rat folk.
He kind of...
I'm trying not to be rude, you know. He's like, I just don't remember what they're called.
he kind of chuckles. He's like, he kind of looks around here and he goes, they are rats, but the Nezumi, that's the word you're looking for.
The Nezumi, yes. He says, yeah, we were ambushed by one of them, and before we could get anything out of him, he ate a capsule that, like, turned into muck. You know, like, it corroded his whole body. He's dead. So...
At that point, it goes... You hear the announcer says, "Round over! Korra of the Bunzai loses!" And as you're saying that, the gray hair stands up and he goes, "Ah!" I just lost 50 win on that. And he sits back down. Says, "Dang it. Well, maybe next year." And then you can hear Nahara going, "See? I told you! First seat is a death trap! They don't respect us!" And gray hair is just like, "Quiet yourself, girl!" It's not for crying out loud. She acts like one day we're gonna become a shogunate or something. As if we'd want that headache. He says, "So, you know, Android, it's kind of weird, but, you know, deaths have happened at the Jingsu before, right? People have been murdered before at the Jingsu. Usually they just execute the guy who does it, and that's that. So what makes your murder so much more profound than the next? Except for the one detail, actually. The fact that you've got Nezumi spying on you, and they want to keep it so secretive that he uses a arsenic capsule on himself to dissolve. Which is nasty stuff if done right. Arsenic usually is just a type of poison that, you can digest and it kills you. What they did to it was some kind of alchemical thing. The Nezumi are pretty... they're pretty raw. They can do some things with some things that make it do what you didn't think it would ever be able to do.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that they've developed an arsenic that dissolves the whole body, well, it's enough to turn your gut a little bit. So why would the Nezumi, why would he kill himself if his plan was already foiled, unless he was going to die anyways? I don't feel like you're giving me the whole story here.
Android kind of scratches his head and he says, well, it was to my understanding that if somebody were to be murdered during the Jingsu, that you would never be able to hold one again. So, I mean,
That's only if it's one of the Dragoon.
well, it's against a man named Zabu Maru.
Well, you mean Zamaru?
Zamaru? Is that what it was? I thought it was
Zamaru.
Zabu Maru.
No, Zamaru.
Okay.
You
well,
mean
then
the shaman?
notes.
The shaman.
I guess.
The she. Which, if you don't remember correctly, that's the one who had children with Coralon Larenthia.
Oh. I thought. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same character.
Alright, well then my note was incorrect.
Fair enough. Go ahead and fix that. He goes, well, that's different. That's more than a murder. Somebody's actually trying to undo the Jingzhou as a whole. And quite possibly cause a war between the Dragoons and whoever. And you said that this spy was a Nezumi?
Correct. I guess the demon sword Zaguchi had the contract but lost it to someone else.
He like, when you say that, like he's kind of half watching the next fight and everything, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, get him, you know? And then you say the demon sword Zaguchi and he just kind of freezes up for a minute and just slowly turns his head and looks at you and he says, run that back?
What did he say?
Android's like, yeah, I was told he was someone very, very dangerous. But yes, the demon sword Zaguchi initially had the contract, but supposedly he had lost it to someone else.
How do you know that the demon sword Zaguchi was even involved?
Kind of a long story, but we have some people running around town gathering information for us. And Android kind of gives him a basic rundown of what's gone on since we had seen him last, you know.
So he looks at you, Elsa, now. He like, once you explain that Elsa's the one who actually witnessed it and everything, he kind of like almost rudely just kind of shushes you for a minute. And he looks at Elsa now and he's like, did you actually see this Zaguchi here in the Forgotten City? He was here? He was the one. You remember you followed those three mercenaries, and then Zaguchi was the one that walked in that, yeah, gave everybody the willies, like people scattered when they saw him, you know? And he was the one that was like, well, if you've done it so secretly, how come there's some little girl watching us from the, you know what I mean? Like, it was like the moment he entered there, he was aware of you. Yeah, and then you were like, oh, time to go. Yeah. Yeah.
One of these does not belong here. Run!
So Elsa's like, yeah, he's in this tavern over here.
So, the one by the docks. He kind of shudders a little bit. He goes, and Zaguchi lost a contract?
That's what they said.
All right, well, this changes everything. And he throws his cane like back behind him. And as he does, you watch as one of the Banzai just reach out and catch it and bring it down by their side. And he stands up and he goes, oh, okay. Well, this is going to require some actual thought, because if you're dealing... And he starts pacing back and forth in front of you guys, thinking. He's like, because if you're dealing with somebody who can actually outbid the demon sword, then you're dealing with somebody extremely dangerous. And he says, or they want you to believe that they're dangerous. Says, I can't be for sure on it. Says, what have the little beggars that you have running around, what have they found out? Do you know anything yet, Elsa?
I have not met back with them yet. Find anything out.
Says, all right, well, let's put a pin in this, because Mazaru hasn't even come to the Jingzhu yet, or the Jingzhu yet. She never shows up on the first day. Her presence here is kind of like a ritual, you know, because she's a holy figure to the dragoon. Let's put a pin in that, and once you talk to your people, come back and talk to me, and we'll see if we can't figure out where to go. Because I can't imagine how the demon sword would lose a contract to Nezumi, of all things. I mean, they're clever, but you know, I'd rather take on 100 of them than meet Zaguchi in a dark alleyway. And then he looks at you, Elsa, and he goes, well, I mean, you saw him, right? Is it true his presence makes one's blood go cold?
Everybody that really ever left immediately when we showed up.
So yes, this is no good. This is no good. He sits back down and holds his hand up just in time for somebody to throw the cane into it. And he drops it back down by his side to think. Says, these are not good times. Not good times at all. So, you guys get to witness the rest of the tournament, which is good because at the end there, you notice that Yuquil and his opponent Kazo get called out of the state, or Kazu get called out, and you notice that Kazu is just a little kitsune, and out steps Yuquil, just looking at everybody. What you know, dragons, when Yuquil comes out of that gate, right, to the crowd roaring, what exactly does Yuquil do? Like, you know, like, how is what kind of performance?
You know the answer to this.
What kind of you tell me what kind of performance he gives, because I know he gives something, because he's got over thousands of people cheering, like hollering at him right now, and a lot of them are female.
Are you not entertained? He's here. He is him. This is him. He has arrived.
Everybody's like, oh, you know.
Yeah, he's pandering to the crowd. Go get a cricket.
Yeah. Doing a little Stone Cold Steve Austin, running up and just throwing his arms up, just, you know, calling for a beer, drinking it. No. Okay, yeah. So, Kazu is standing there, and you watch as he begins to kind of slightly glow.
thought we weren't allowed to use shenanigans.
Do you ask that? Do you say that?
I mean, like, low-key's like, wait a fucking minute. Sir?
Kazu just looks at you and he says, yes. He says, oh, this isn't magic.
So Yuko's like, so my innate abilities are fair game.
He says, as you wish. He says,
Yuko gets the devil's grin.
He says, I'm just what I am.
Yuko laughs, he's like, hey there, yeah? Touche, my friend. Touche.
He says, this will not hurt you with fire or ice or anything. This is just what it looks like when I'm flexing. He goes, there will be no elemental magic. Have you noticed anybody else use elements?
Yuko smiles, he's like, not all of my abilities do damage. And he smiles.
Says, fair enough. He says, as long as said abilities don't do damage. That's the trick. He says, you're welcome. He says, you're welcome.
It's a wicked grin.
Yeah.
He does. He actually looks at him and kind of bows to him and he's like, fair play.
Says, you're welcome. If you beat me, you're going to need to know how to use what's inside you to beat some of these others. For even though you couldn't tell it, they all have little tricks. He says, so, shall we begin? Dragoon? Alright then. I'm like, alright then. Let's get it. He punches you in the mouth now. He palm strikes you in the gut.
Kicks you in the balls.
Well, no, like, that actually somewhat opens up things for me.
Basically, it cannot do damage. You see what I'm saying? Okay. The trick is it cannot do damage. If it heightens your senses or does something like that, that's one thing, but it just cannot do damage.
I mean, power doesn't technically do damage.
That's fine. That's fine too. Yeah.
It senses vigor. Vigor is basically like once I get under half health, I get. You know what I mean? Like I spread it up so I can read.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like if you have it typed and you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You say he's not very big, right?
He's not a big person, no. That much is for sure.
When you say not big, how is not big?
Well, he's like android size, you know what I mean? He's just slender. He's way more slender than Android is, which is weird because Android's an elf. But, or he's half elf, so Android's more bulky than your typical elf would be. But this Kitsune is more slender than even an elf would be. You know what I mean? A full blood elf would be.
What's that?
His bones are hollow.
Arms are heavy.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. All right, well, while we're waiting on him, Um. Hey, Garrigus. You are, you finally come out of your rooting, you know? There's only so long you can do that till you just feel, I guess, too fresh, you know what I mean? Like, think of like laying in bed for too long, you know? Eventually your body just kind of says, no, it's time to get up, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of what's happened to you. You just kind of naturally come out of your rooting and you kind of look around and you realize, man, you can see through the paper and wood walls, you know, even though you can't necessarily see outside, you get plenty of sunlight coming through that just naturally, that you can tell that, man, you've been in this state for a while. And go ahead and roll me a listen.
Oh, snap. Okay, one sec.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
You want me to do what? I'm joking.
You want me to do what? I just want to feed my birds.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, hold on. This is switched. Oh, okay, I found it. They've updated it since the last time I've.
Yeah, it looks like a book now. They keep
I
up.
don't know what those look like.
Yeah, they. They look like. Oh, Android, have you read House of Leaves yet? Have you begun reading House of Leaves yet? Oh man.
I mean, I kind of started it, but I fell asleep. So
Oh man.
I haven't finished it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because it's kind of slow in the beginning. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to get into in the beginning, but once you're in it, jeez.
Yeah, no, I'll report back to you once I've got it finished.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, they updated the icons. They keep updating things, but it still runs slower than molasses. So I don't know what that, you know. Maybe they shouldn't update as much as they should just, you know, work on it running smoothly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'd rather have a program that runs fast than, you know, it look pretty. It wasn't ugly to begin with, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's your listen?
I know.
So
I was sad.
yeah. Hey Garrigus, you're sitting there, you're coming out of this torpor that you've been in. And that's really what it's like for you as a torpor, really. So you're coming out of this torpor and you hear like hurried footsteps go past your door. And you can hear somebody mumbling something, but you don't know what they're exactly saying. You do catch a word, though, something about foreigners, the foreigners. But that's about all you catch. And as far as you know, you're the only foreigners there. You know?
Yeah.
So that is your setup, right? Do you choose to investigate this or not?
Like, try to listen further or ask them questions?
You can do whatever you want. You're allowed to play as much D&D as you'd like.
Can I try to... Can I listen better?
Yeah. Yes, you may.
Should I re-roll?
Yes, you will have to. Because that was terrible.
It was. It was absolutely.
Yeah, that is way better. That is leagues better. That is almost like, 36% better.
Only 36.
I just
double.
added,
It's at least 100% better.
I just added it together. That's all I did.
I know you.
Anyways, and that's where I got my percent. Yeah, no. You decide to get closer to the door and listen, and you can hear what sounds like two dragoon men speaking, and one of them says something like, "What do you mean? How do they already know?" "They don't know, but they're already aware that Saguchi was involved." He says, No, that's too soon. That's too soon. They weren't supposed to discover Saguchi till at least the next day. And I don't know. But supposedly they've got these children running around asking questions. Really? Yes. Then gather the children up and kill them. But make it quietly. We can't afford to have any problems with this. You get caught,
Bastards.
kill yourself. You understand? Yes, will do. And then you watch as he goes, "Do you want to try and sneak a peek at him?"
Yeah.
Roll a spot check.
$15.
15. LeBron James. Well, come on with it now. What the heck? Okay, it feels like my roll 20 just froze. Cause it did. My roll 20 froze. Oh. I just got a 503 service unavailable.
Did you refresh the page?
That's what I'm doing right now. Did you try a refresh?
Try turning it off and turning it back on.
Have you tried turning it on and turning it back? Turning it off and turning it back on again. I love
There's
that
an
show,
error.
bro. I love that show.
No, that's an error 4 DM not found.
Jeez, man. Yeah, it's go F yourself. They're like, we heard everything you said. We heard everything you said about
You're
our
talking shit.
programs
You're talking
moving
shit,
slow.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like Carol and Kumar.
Run your mouth more, bitch.
I heard everything you said.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
say something else, bitch made motherfucker.
Got foils all over this button.
Oh, come on. Just do it. Okay, so, Agargus, you, you kind of peek out the door for a minute, and you see two dragoons standing there speaking. They're like dragoon that you have yet to have seen. They are all clad in armor, and they have like this goldish bronze armor, and they have these big, majestic wings. Where are they? Wow. Okay, come on.
Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna stand up and close the door.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, They're all clad in armor and like this bronze goldish like armor with these majestic wings, and they're speaking with each other, and you see them and you realize that they are like pretty. They're not small either. Like these guys look like they're talking about killing things, and that's exactly what they look like they are trained to do. And as the one turns to walk in your direction, you quickly back away from the door so he doesn't see you as he walks by.
Good.
And you realize that whatever they're talking about, you're not entirely sure, but they did say something about the foreigners.
And murdering children.
And murdering children. So, what do you... Yeah.
This was such a bad thing.
What's worse than that? A child. No! Yeah. But no, so what do you want to do, Garrigus?
Should I... Well, they don't have cell phones. I can't call anybody.
Well, I mean, technically we do, though.
Me and you, Quill.
No, Elsa has one, doesn't she?
No.
She got a little ring with the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she stole it off of somebody, didn't she?
No.
She stole it off somebody's dead body.
I thought she stole, hold on, who stole,
Yeah, she took
Somebody's ring. I don't know if it was one of the.
She took Otis's. She took Otis's ring. Communication ring? Yeah, when you guys saw Otis's body, you took. Oh no, it wasn't Otis because
Grave brother.
Otis is dead.
The demons have Otis's body, or the devils have Otis's body.
That's what I thought.
What's his face? Obot High has his soul. No, Elsa doesn't have a communication ring. I think the only people left in the group that had communication rings are you, Quill, and Android.
Well, somebody stole somebody's communication ring because I remember we had a whole debacle about it.
That was Tyrone who stole Mind Dots. Yeah, Tyrone technically has two of them. Yeah, Tyrone technically has two communication rings. Yes. Because remember, like, it got brought up again. Mind Doc went, wait a minute, what? And Tyrone went, oh, don't even worry about it. Mind Doc's like, wait, what is he talking about? And Tyrone's like, no, it's nothing. Yeah.
Don't even split the small shit, bro.
Yeah. Mind Doc's like, we're going to talk about this later. And Tyrone's like, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then Tyrone stole all those potions off of Otis. Yeah, you're thinking when you're thinking of thieving, you're thinking of actually Tyrone.
And
well, Elsa does have sticky fingers.
off of Mind Doc's like dead cousin or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wind walking boots or whatever.
yeah.
Exactly. We have no lack of sticky fingers in the party.
No, she just doesn't have one yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just a figure of speech. I don't know how she'd get one now. No, seriously.
Yeah, they were no, for real, they were given to us.
Yeah.
And we've never really like looked. We always talked about looking into finding more. We never have.
Never have. They're super useful, but I mean, as long as Android and you, Quill, have one, don't sweat the small shit.
So, what is it that you want to do?
Smoke weed every day.
Can I climb out the window?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Standard answer.
Yeah, you can climb out a window. Yeah, so you go and you slide one of the panels open, and you realize that, yeah, this is, even though this wall in particular looks like it's made out of wood and like squares of paper, it's just a section of an actual stone, like almost marble building structure that, yeah, you could begin to climb out of if you so wish.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a climb.
Okay. And this is where we lose the mushroom.
I just died. Oh.
What
There's a
is
sign on my door that says dead mushroom storage.
Nice.
what is what is
I
that?
go.
No, because storing dead mushrooms is not
My
my fucking business.
He's like, you Quill, you know I ain't seen no sign out there. Because it isn't there. Oh. Alright, so what is that? What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, now I gotta kill
What
you.
are
Now,
I know it's good coffee. That's why I bought it.
what concerns me is not the coffee in my kitchen. So it's the dead mushroom in my campaign.
That was actually good for once. Oh my god.
So
I almost spit my fucking food at you, prick.
so Garrigus, you go trying to climb out of this window. I can't. I just freaking.
And it's gotta be emphasis on that because can you imagine a little mushroom
Well, yeah.
trying to climb?
Like,
Bro, that shit'd be mad funny, bro.
like they pull themselves up. They're like trying to pull themselves up, and they're just kicking their feet. You know. As you go for the first somersault, you realize, well, I mean, this is like this one window section is really just wood and squares of paper, and it's almost like just sticks, and you feel something kind of give. You're like, what is that? And you like try to like tumble over the windowsill, and it just completely gives, and you go like crashing over the side, tearing chunks of wood and paper and rice paper, just and you just and it like everything seems to move in slow motion as you tumble out the window in just debris. And you're just, and you can see the ground just coming up to you. And that's when you realize you're on the first floor, and it's probably just like a, 5-foot drop at the most, and you just, and just kind of roll, and you squeak a little bit, like a chew toy.
Like I said, that was the worst chew toy impersonation I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like I would think you were goddamn defective if I bought you.
You sound like you sound like one of those chickens. as you kind of just go rolling for a minute, and then maybe it's like a 3-foot drop for like a normal sized person coming out of there, but for you it's like 10 or 5. You're just like, oh. And then in the back, all of a sudden you hear somebody go, huh? What was that? And then you hear the door slide open, and then you hear somebody kind of meander.
The music intensifies.
Yeah, you hear somebody kind of meander around, but because they don't look directly at you, they're just like, must have been the wind. They just completely ignore the gaping hole in the wall, and they go.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I swear to God.
No, none of that happens, but you do hear like a, oh! Like, you hear people just kind of talking, what happened, And you can hear them fastly coming, like, they're quickly coming up into your room now as you sit there. What do you do? You tell me.
Can I hide, but like more of like a inanimate mushroom?
Disguise.
Yeah.
I'm just a mushroom sitting in the floor.
I'm really fucking big.
they're gonna want to eat me.
I mean, you're allowed to play as much D&D as you like.
Okay, that's what I want to try to go with.
All right, so
I
you.
love that answer.
So you're trying to be a mushroom, right? Like just an inanimate mushroom. So you just
I like the way he says it. You're trying to be a mushroom, but I am a mushroom.
an inanimate mushroom, right? Like so you root yourself into the ground and put yourself into that torpor again, and just kind of and just become this mushroom. And you're still kind of aware, but you're not aware. Like, you can't see anything now. You can just kind of hear as somebody comes into your room and they're just kind of looking around and like, what happened? And you hear them kind of, and then you hear somebody kind of look for a minute and go, what? Huh? You see the size of that thing? Yeah?
That's what she said.
That don't look right, does it? I mean, the weather's been strange here lately. Yeah? Yeah. Let's go get the gardener and get him to uproot that thing. Yeah, let's do that before it spreads. Yeah, I don't like the size of that. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, go over there and stomp that thing out. All right. I'll go get the gardener and make sure.
He said stop that thing.
So,
The
Garrus,
motherfucker about to get carb stomped.
hey, Garrus, roll a reflex.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what would you do if you saw a mushroom like the size of a small child, like an 8-year-old child?
Back it down.
Yeah, and be like,
No,
what
you leave
the?
it to grow.
I'd be like, fuck that.
You let it jump out the window. That's what you do.
You'd stop making this so freaking difficult.
It's reflex and stat.
Reflex is in your stats.
Oh.
Yeah, you got fort, will,
Oh.
reflex.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, bro.
Oh, nice. So you hear one of them about approaching, getting ready to like promptly stomp a mud hole in you, and you just instinctively come out of the rooting, and you're just like, and he goes, and he goes running away for a second, like, what the? And kind of backs up to the hole, and he's just looking at you because now you look like you. You're
Wait a minute, man. Why is that looking like that, bro?
Baby, I was born this way.
Nice.
This
because
motherfucker said, because you look like you.
Because-
It's like, whoa.
Agaricus is a myconid with arms and legs, no discernible male or female parts, and a giant gaping mouth full of teeth. And that's
Ew, bro.
with a, yeah. Like, you,
It has feelings, okay?
it has no eyes,
Yeah.
okay?
It's crying on the inside, okay?
Like, you have sufficiently freaked him out enough to stun him for a moment. What do you want to do to take advantage of that?
Can I like shoot like like a spore cloud at them and then try to climb out the window again?
Well, you're out the window.
Oh, I am?
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't-
outside. Yeah,
I thought I
you-
was still in the room.
No,
Oh,
you fell like a total of. You were on the first floor. You fell like a total of like.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus, Cassie.
I know. I'm all over the place. All right. Can I shoot like a spore cloud and then like try to make a getaway?
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just gonna roll something here. Why not?
He said, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Yeah. No. This is good. So yeah, you just. And
No.
okay. How do you really? How do you shoot the spore clouds? How do you imagine Agaragus when they spore it up?
She shoots it from her little mushroom.
Almost like a sneeze.
Yeah. So you're just like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it's almost like you're holding in a sneeze, you know, one of those really bad ones that causes like your throat to sound like a demon or something. Like for that one moment your Adam's apple is possessed by Satan himself, it's like, you know, that kind of sneeze, like where you're holding it back, it's like, and then like there's like a second delay, and then and he's just like, what in the ever? I feel better. I feel good.
Yeah.
What kind of, just out of curiosity, what spores were you shooting?
Do I have more than? What?
Can
I, like...
What?
Yeah, that one caught me off. What do you mean, what kind?
She said, time out. I have more than one.
Roberto! Let me see.
Como te llamas?
Actually,
Roberto! Where's
Do I have like a like blinding spore? Mm-hmm.
And she's like, She goes, She hits her with the, do I have a blinding sport? She answers her own question.
I didn't though, because I'm still asking.
I'm trying to find your page that says all your stuff, and I don't know. I don't see it. Where?
My racial ability is just spores.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, you're quite spory.
Yeah.
You're it's spore.
Oh.
It's because of all that sportsmanship you have. Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
Jack found it for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, most of them are humans.
Well, no, but you got the Spore Burst, which is a ranged touch attack.
Yeah.
You could actually, like, just hit him in the face and just like, what is going on? And then try to run away.
Yeah, and then dip and try to hide so they don't find another mushroom like me.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll an attack. This is where we're going to start with. Roll an attack.
Okay, is that in skills?
That will be in your attacks. In your stats page at the very bottom, it's a ranged touch attack, so you're just going to roll just a melee attack. So in your in your stats page, all the way at the bottom, it should say melee, and you'll have that little quick button there that you can press.
Yeah.
Go ahead and press that.
Already did.
Oh, okay, not bad.
I'm just
Forgive him, he's deaf.
No, I was looking at the all her spores.
Forgive him, he's deaf. We all heard it, he didn't.
Oh, the
Exactly.
No, mine's not doing that. Okay, that's not my fault. My roll 20 is.
Turn the sound back on.
It's not off. It's not off. My roll 20 hates me. I just told you. They heard what I said. They're like, well,
you didn't turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, I know. Have you tried turning it off? Oh,
We've established this.
So you spore blast him. You're like, eat. And you're like, two, and it just out of you, just like a torrent, just right into his face and chest, and he's like, oh my. He's like, by the ancestors! And you doing that, you do 9d6 plus your dexterity. So roll 9d6 and then add your dexterity to that. So whatever your dexterity is, the modifier.
Oh, my modifier of my dex is 2.
Okay, so 9d6 plus 2.
98.
98? Oh, it's 96 plus 2. Not 96.
Oh, I see.
96. 9 dice that have 6 sides. That's what I need you to roll. She goes 98, and I'm like, not close. Not even close. You could roll that 100 times and never get close to that. 98.
Oh, 1 second.
She's like, you ignorant motherfucker. How do you not know how to math, motherfucker?
You're not rolling 98 either. You're rolling 9d6.
Yeah,
98.
I was so proud of myself. I was like, yeah.
She's gonna have so fun. Get the fuck out of here.
She's like, I did 98 damage.
Oh, god damn it. I can't stand y'all no more.
Oh,
Take
man.
my wallet, I'm going home.
Oh, man. I think I'm crying. I think I'm crying a little bit.
Oh.
That's the first time I've cried in like days,
Oh.
hours, months.
Yes, I needed to laugh a lung up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
96 plus 2, 98. Yeah. No,
Yeah, she did. She said it with like so much conviction, like you're an ignorant motherfucker. You know that?
well, you know what's funny to me too is that at first I misunderstood what she was saying because I was like, no, you're not rolling 98, you're rolling 96, and then I realized, wait, she thinks.
I don't know where this 98 came from, but alright. Rolling with it.
That whole conversation was just wobbly lewd from the start. All right, so you hit him for 26 points of damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to read that down, Jim.
26.
Play this fucking game.
We did it, everybody. Congratulations, we did it. We got this one roll. So you blast him, and that topples him backwards into, because he's not expecting it, back into the window. He just kind of, oh! And when he does that, you go scurrying off. So you want to try and hide? Or do you just want to try and run? It's up to you.
I was gonna try to run, but are they outside of the inn that I'm at?
You're not in the inn, you're in the palace. You guys are staying in the palace right now. So you're out, yeah, so right now you're outside on the side of the palace.
So I'm pretty far away from them.
From the group?
Yeah.
It's really actually hard to tell because once this all happens, right, something funny that I've been waiting to mention, and then we just keep getting so sidetracked that now is the time to spring this on you, I guess. The funniest thing about all of this is you've been in such a hurry, right? You've been doing all this. You fell out the window. You tried to like look like a giant mushroom for whatever reason, and then you almost get stomped out. You know what I'm saying? And then you freak out and you hit this guy with this like freaking spray of spores that are like dozens of little tiny baby fists just punching him out, and he falls back into the window, and you're like, oh, what do I do now? And then you realize that you're being watched by like dozens of people because there is like a lot of heavy traffic going on right now because there are people going to and from the arena to watch the honored Jingzhu. And so there's just people watching all this happen, and they're just kind of like some are just kind of walking by, just kind of so drunk, they're just like, yeah. And then other people are just kind of like, what in the nine hells is going on here, you know? But you basically, yeah, you're kind of in a heavy trafficked place right now, and you see all this going on, and now that you've taken a moment to actually notice your surroundings, you are surrounded by people. Now, nobody's jumping on you or anything. In fact, some of them look kind of disturbed because you look like you. You know what I'm saying? So, with that knowledge now, what would you? And I want you to keep that in mind. You fell out a window, bounced, turned into an inanimate mushroom, all in front of a bunch of people, and you didn't even realize because you were just in such a hurry. You're like, oh, and people are just beginning to be like, what is going on? And then, you know, all this. So, what is it that you would like to do now? Now with this, now that you've got the full scope, the full picture.
I think I'm gonna bob and weave between people walking by and just like dart to the arena.
All right. So
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. So you begin to do that and make your way to the arena in hopes that you find the rest of the group. You Quill. Yeah, you Quill. So do you have your forte ready? You got what you're ready to use in this Jingzhou?
No, because I can't kill him. He's nervous. Palms are sweaty. Spaghetti.
Oh man, something else I bet I should mention, man. As you came out of the gate too, it was the weirdest thing. It's like you walked through a portal, and when you came out, you were butt naked.
Nice.
This is you have to get butt naked.
No wonder all the
and,
ladies are cheering.
Yeah, you have to get butt naked and wrestle this butt naked kitsune.
Nice.
I mean, he's not butt naked. He has fur.
Oh, see,
His butt's naked.
see, that's because you don't realize that today's sponsor is Manscaped. No, I'm just kidding.
You're fucking retarded.
No, none of that happens. But no,
You look like a kitsune down there. Get Manscaped today.
You want to show girls both your tails in all their glory? Oh no. No, but seriously, yeah. Do you have your do you have yourself lined up?
Is he Manscaped? Yes.
Do you have your Manscaped going?
God damn it.
Your bush don't hang low, does it? Doesn't wobble to and fro. No, yeah, no. So, I feel like we're taking this too far.
No, us never.
Us. Do you? Are you lined out? You ready to do this? You ready to do this fight?
We're about as ready as I'm gonna be.
All right then, rolling it up.
Hold on, before we do that. No, I'm getting my shit in because we ain't started yet. So
It's my.
Well, immediately goes to presents.
The presents? What does presents do?
Gives me a bonus on my intimidate.
Intimidate.
You see, he knows. He's paid attention. He's paid attention.
Intimidate. Okay. So is that what you're gonna do? Is intimidate?
That's what I did.
Don't you have to roll something for that? Oh, you rolled. Again! D20! There's supposed to be a plop sound! Oh, whoop! Just one little whoop!
Oh.
Talladega Nights, the twins, one singular plop! Alright, let's do this. That is mighty high. All right. Jesus. All right, so I ain't even gonna front right now. That is literally, out of all the times I've rolled, that is literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Have I only rolled 3 times this entire time? I've only rolled 3 times, and you know what my rolls total altogether? Out of all 3 times that I've rolled, you know what my rolls would total? 3.
4.
3.
Right. Put up.
3. I mean, if you're not looking at like the pluses and everything, if you're just looking at the pure roll, that means I've rolled a natural 1 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Thank you, roll 20. Thank you. I get it. I get it. I'm not trying to have you harass me. I'm just asking that you make the system run a little smoother. I'm not asking much of you. Why are you doing this to me? Anyways.
Well, the 2 things is you're running off a potato and also downloading 13 terabytes of hentai.
Okay, first of all,
Anyways.
I'll have you know that a potato can start a car. And second of all, you've got the wrong friend. I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but you've got me confused with somebody else.
He told me she should use whole collection.
Yeah. I was curious one morning, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And then he shows it to me, and I'm sitting there just like, why would anybody watch this? What is the appeal here? Yeah. I vowed that day never again, because I don't know. Okay, so for the folks at home, I understand that, like, Gen Z, whatever, y'all don't understand that there is such a thing as Gen Z anime and Generation X anime. And Generation X anime is something to be feared. That's all I'm saying. Y'all haven't really seen anime until you've seen I'm not going to say the name of the thing, but in the name of the title, it's something sanctuary. And that's all. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, so yeah.
So what you're trying to say is this Kitsune is afraid of my tentacle.
Oh shit!
I just fucking went there.
Oh shit!
He's like, you have one of those?
Yes,
he just stands on it.
he's extremely afraid of.
Stands on his tentacle cock. He's 5 minutes.
It's okay.
It's like it's like when they're in the longest yard when they're going to go pick up Goldberg.
The fact that you were naked was a joke. That's not actually like. I don't.
No.
Oh no, it's
I think
serious
that's
now.
serious.
No,
that's
it's serious now. Yeah. So you're saying. So what you're telling me is that now that I've was like, oh no, I'm joking. I've given you an idea that to intimidate this guy, Yukwil just takes his clothes completely off and just stands there butt naked in front of him.
But as naked, God in glory.
Yeah. Okay.
Sucketh around and findeth out.
Yeah. That. So in essence,
find out.
So in essence, you here to paint the picture for the players and the audience. Yukwil is about to go Beowulf on this Kitsune, who is
For real.
And yes, the Kitsune now has cause for alarm. Yeah, Kazu definitely like takes a few steps back, like, and he even mutters, "Why are you doing this?"
Which incites the chuckle.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll initiatives.
I said I'd go easy on you. I won't use the weapon. Initiative. Sir, I need my token!
But when it lets me bring up the initiative, oh, you don't even have a token, huh? On that
No.
page. So just roll it.
Poor doggy.
Dude, do you want to sit here for another 10 minutes while it lets me switch to a page that's going to have your token on there? All right, I'm still sitting here waiting for the turn order to load. Yeah, I'm not even kidding when I say it, dude. It trips me out. Like, Roll20 has decided they hate me. I'm like, you gonna talk crap to us, are you? I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I just wanted something that ran smoother. That's it. So sorry.
Again. Fucking no problem.
It's not. It's not, because everything else runs smoothly. It's only my Roll20. Well, that's because Roll20 doesn't hate you. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's working great, buddy. It does. I tell you what.
So the fact you won't give me my fucking token! It's not a me problem.
Oh, wow. Okay. Evans to Murgatroyd. Oh, you did intimidate him, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I scared the pee-pee out of him.
You've given him cause for concern. I know exactly how he's going to be hindered now in this fight. His hindrance comes from the fact that he doesn't want to actually touch you. That this entire fight is going to be solely based upon him trying to avoid like contact, like locking up with you.
Oh, we're locking up, all right.
You know, okay, so you get to go first. I don't even need the turn order because I know you go and then I go. See? Easy. So you get to go first. What do you do? And I'll tell you that this arena is a large square arena. It's open for the most part. It looks like that at times there's room for like columns or something. Other things, obstacles and different things to be placed there for different kinds of things, but considering that this is the Honorable Jinzu, it's just an open arena, no tricks, no nothing like that. And he's probably about like from where you guys are standing in the center of the arena, he's probably a good like 30 feet away from you.
Quill rushes him. Gonna overrun him.
Oh man. Yeah. So he sees you and the swinging justice come flapping at him, and he's like, "Oh God!"
Mama, no!
He's not even gonna try and outmatch
Help me,
them.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, yeah. Help me, baby Jesus. He's not even gonna try and like out muscle you. As you come charging at him, he's like, and then he realizes what's about to just like happen, and you see him turn around and go, "Oh shit!" And he's gonna try and actually reflex out of the way and let you run by. And because he's scared. Okay. Ooh, snap. Okay. We got a tie on our hands. We've got a tie on your hands. On our hands. What is your dexterity modifier? No bonuses or anything. Just like, what's your pure dex? +3. Okay, so he manages to get up out of the way. Just he's like, and you go charging at him. Just
He can't.
Fiddle, huh?
He cannot.
Why can't he not?
Improved overrun.
I thought that's only for like if he tries to go up against you with strength on
Your
strength.
target may not choose to avoid you.
Oh, it says that? Bummer. So he's like, and he tries to cartwheel out of the way just in time for you to just slam right into him. And he feels something slap against his spine, and it just makes him wince as you just go running over the top. What is your hit die?
D. Cannot believe. Yes, D10.
D10.
Scroll all the way back up, just at the bottom of the page. Come here, boy. Daddy wants to play.
Oh my gosh, come on. And then what is your strength modifier?
5.
5?
Yeah, that's without the overrun edition.
Without the overrun? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pure.
Yes, the pier. Alright, so for the sake of this combat, everybody's hit die are tripled. So like your D10, so it's 3d10 for every bit of damage you get plus your strength modifier. Okay. So you can roll that damage if you'd like.
It's 3.
3d10 plus 5. For 21 points of damage. Okay. So you just trample over the top of him, and he's just like laying there for a minute, and he's like, oh. Okay. Okay, that's not good. Now, an overrun, it's normally would knock you back, but because it's an overrun, you actually move past him, don't you? Like through him?
Doesn't really say, it just says it knocks him down, but leave.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you trample him like it's you pushing through him. If I'm not mistaken. Do have the rules compendium here. Overrun 108. Up. If you succeeded in knocking the defender prone, you can continue your movement as normal. If you fail, you are knocked prone. In turn, you have to move 5 feet back the way you came. Yeah, so basically, the overrun, basically you knock him prone and you just continue on moving through. Is what happens. Yeah,
Which at 30 feet means I hit him and I can't really go any further.
Oh, so you're just kind of like, and then you stop. Then he just gets knocked prone next to you. Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
That's why when you said 30 feet, I'm like, sweet! Even better!
Yeah.
I want to be up in this motherfucker face. I know these things.
Okay. He's gonna try and trip you. He's gonna sweep the leg. He's got improved trips, so you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to, so melee, unarmed melee touch attack against the creature that, okay. Okay, if your attack succeeds, make a strength check opposed by the defender's dexterity check. Okay, so... Okay. So it's just my strength versus your dexterity is what it is. That's it. Because I mean, technically you're not big, you're not like a large size, or I'd get a +4. You see what I'm saying? Ooh! Okay. So he trips you, just wow. So you're like standing there like, aha, and then all of a sudden you just feel his leg like sweep out from underneath you and you just go falling back on your back. Just kind of stunned, like, what the heck? And that does... Oh. Oh, wait, no. What is this hit die? I am tripping. Don't know. Don't really know. Not too sure I'd tell you if I did. You gonna tell me? You gonna tell me? No, I'm looking to see. It won't. I'm looking to see what his hit die is. Oh, jeez. Well, weird. I'm about to just break out my dice, man, and just roll it on the table, I'm telling you. And he does a total of a whopping 8 points of damage to you. So, yeah, okay. Nothing, never mind. I was thinking about something, but I'm like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. And it is now your turn. and you are knocked prone right next to him. Well, kind of next to him.
So we're both laying on the ground like.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't see that coming, did you? You didn't think he'd sweep the leg. Cobra Kai, mother.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuko immediately switches to power.
The audience is now baked. Yeah. It'd be like that, huh?
Yeah, fuck it. Yuko's just gonna stand up and then. Like, fuck it. Gotta pummel his ass. I ain't no bitch.
Well, that would provoke an attack of opportunity if he wasn't knocked prone himself. Can't really see how he can go for an attack of opportunity when he's like doing his best not to touch you too much anyways, and he's knocked prone.
But yeah, basically, I mean, I guess what realistically all I can really do is stand up, though.
You could stand up and kick him in his side.
You ain't gotta tell me twice. I know. That'd be a cool.
Yeah, it's just a melee attack.
Oh.
We'll see what happens. Okay, I heard it bleep that time, but nothing showed up. Ah, okay, there we are. Oh, well, that hits him. Oh, for 26 points of damage. So you stand up and then you just straight up just kick up dust and just kick him right in his side. Like it.
And
like,
I'm assuming this is also dual.
I mean, yeah, it is. It is, but I mean, there is things you could do that would be considered lethal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
That's actually higher. My bad. I didn't put my. So that's. 29.
29? Okay.
Gotta remember to add that in. I'm used to usually adding it in with the strength modifier. And but seeing how I'm always using like power attack and shit. Never that easy.
$21 and $29. Okay. Hey. So while this fight is happening, Android and Elsa and Zoltan, you guys are up in the stands watching Uquill fight. And first thing, like, the second he took off his clothes.
Ah. Is that necessary?
Is it necessary? No.
Yeah. The gray hair
But
is...
I like the way it looks.
Frankly, and I like the taste.
The gray hair is kind of like... He's, That's quite the tactic your friend uses there. Meanwhile, Elsa, you're sitting there watching this fight happen. Is just for the sake of my curiosity, not that it entirely matters.
Jack's laptop, or I'm sorry, Android's laptop died.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, for real?
Alright, he should be back in. He like plugged it in and it should be like loading up right now.
Okay.
Punch him in his neck.
But
So that it didn't just like totally power down.
right.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, all I said was is that the great hair just kind of looks at you for a minute and goes, that's quite the tactic your friend is using.
Oh yeah, you're telling me.
Meanwhile, how is Elsa feeling about this whole fight so far, or like these arena battles? Not, just out of curiosity. Is Elsa still with us? We might have lost unit.
Oh, uh-oh.
It happens. It happens.
He's downloading the 13 terabytes now.
Well, no, he was having trouble with his internet anyway, so it might have just
I'm
upped
telling
it.
you, 13 terabytes is a lot.
13 terabytes. Well, 13 terabytes of... If you're doing 13 terabytes of that, what is your problem? Anyways, I mean, for crying out loud, there's a thing called Sunshine. Please, go get it.
No, you don't have a problem because you have 13 terabytes of happiness.
Yeah, 13 terabytes of...
Yeah.
Zoltan, are you still with us?
Oh my god, dead.
He's so fucking dead.
Did Zoltan die too? Did we lose both?
No, he shows to be there, but muted. He's probably like retarded and does not unmute his phone.
Sultan, spank the monkey later.
Well, never mind. Android, we'll just do we'll do this with you instead. Android, you're watching this fight happen and you're talking with the gray hair, and then all of a sudden you just kind of notice as you look over, you see a Garrigus like looking like they're completely lost down like down the arena steps, down on the ground floor where where people are coming in to the actual place,
Right.
and you happen to look down and you just happen to see a Garrigus like down on the ground floor just kind of wandering around looking completely lost, and yeah, they just kind of look panicked,
Right.
as
What is it?
something doesn't look right. You know what I mean? It's hard to read something like a Garrigus, but you could tell that doesn't, it's like watching a bunny. The bunny isn't the most expressive with its facial expressions, but you can tell a panic bunny when you see one.
I'm not sure I can. I need you to describe that. Need a good visual representation.
She's leaving little rabbit poops.
There's a little rabbit turd that says it's going.
She's leaving tiny little rabbit turds everywhere as they walk. Just.
Well, does Agaricus actually leave like turds, or is it just like mushroom scrapings?
Little like tidbits of mycelium.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like, I'm not sure how to answer that, Madame.
So I'm positioned like up
In the stadium, yeah.
in the stadium above Agaricus, looking down.
Yeah, like you're not on a balcony or anything. Just think about how bleachers work. You know, you're up high
Okay,
and
so it's like I can like kind of shuffle out and go down the stairs and just grab him.
yes.
Okay, well I guess that's what I'm gonna do then. Hendrik's just gonna go down there and kind of like as he's coming up, just be like, Agaricus.
As
boy.
you're shuffling past people too, people are like, "Yo, watch out, man! I can't see. You know, come on,
Better
man.
watch the game here, man.
There's a guy." One of them's like, "There's a dude with his whole log hanging out
And
doing."
Hendrik's like, what? You gonna quick to look at some dick? Shut up. Just keeps walking. You know, gets down there.
All right, so you make your way down to Agaricus and what?
Yeah, he's just like, oh boy. You know, like, Agaricus, oh, sort of thing. It's just like, where you been? Yeah, pretty much.
Agaricus kind of just like clings onto him for a minute and is like, I don't know, saw something crazy. There's these guys. I might have pissed somebody off. I fell out a window.
Hendrik's like, are you causing trouble?
I didn't mean to.
It was a bad mushroom.
He's like, you stay by us from now on. It's like, we'll go back up there from where we're sitting and you can tell me what happened, I guess, more clearly. It's okay.
Okay. He's all out of breath.
He's like, Jesus. He's like, heads back up there to the great air.
He's like, Jesus. Crying out loud, Agaricus.
This is your problem later, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you get back up to the top, Agaricus, do you explain what happens to them more, to what happened to you more, what's the word I'm looking for? Effectively?
Detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
English hard.
More better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mo
Yes.
better, more effective. Are you more effective in your retelling, in your recanting of the Canterbury Tales? Okay. No. Do you? But yeah. Do you tell it better?
Yes. Yeah. More detailed. I tell them that's like, is it the dragon?
The dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, the dragons. Yeah, it's two of them, and I saw a gold one, and I think he's the one that I sprayed.
You sprayed one of them? Like a cat?
Well, what else was I supposed to do?
Can't go around pissing on people, Agaricus.
Oh, that's not.
Do anything.
Ask Elsa if you can't just go peeing and pooping on people if they want. You know?
Do what you want, man.
Elsa literally.
Stop you.
Elsa literally picked up a clump of mud and dirtied a chick's dress just because she didn't like the cut of her jib. It's like, I soil you.
Attitude she was
Yeah. I soil you.
He did not like the energy she was giving off.
So the great hare listens to this story too, and he's just like, so Dragoon and Nezumi? This is strange. I can only assume that they're talking about the plot that you are all involved in. Correct?
Sounds like it's me.
And the children, I guess.
The
Why
kids,
else would they be after us?
the kids that Elsa is.
Yeah, they also mentioned Zaguchi.
So, in short, they plan to murder your friends, Elsa.
I was like, well, on that note, I gotta go.
I like that because it's about at that time too that Elsa, that like as you're getting up to go, you feel a little spectral hand like kind of tug at your dress, and
Elsa does like a curtsy and she turns and runs away.
as you're running, you can hear Biggs kind of whispering to you now, more audible. He's like, Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Finds a dark corner to hide in.
Get me somewhere. Get me somewhere. So Elsa, as you rush down the arena steps and down into like the concession area and the area everybody's coming in at, and you dart around for a minute and you cut a left and boom, you find a spot of the arena that people aren't really traveling to because there's no way to get into the arena from here. And like maybe you see like a couple of like Nezumi over there, like they're smoking on something. They got like pipes and they're loading it up and they're smoking it, but it's like white smoke and they look just like completely freaking nullified as they take the hits.
Smoking that grenade.
But they don't even care one way or another what you're doing here, you know. And as you stop, you watch as Biggs goes, "Oh, I think I'm gonna throw up." And when he does, he goes, "Ugh." And you watch as that ink blot that was your shadow begins to fountain up in a torrent, just pouring out like a broken fountain pen, just billowing out of it and hitting the sides and making a bigger pool that seems to be just refilling back into the original spot and pooling back out again. So it's a perpetual thing, you know. It fountains out. Ooh, he's gone again.
He fountained out.
It's all right.
Have some chance.
He fountained out. Well, when he comes back, we'll come back to him. So the gray hair. Sorry, folks at home. He's just having trouble with his internet tonight. So if I got to jump over to somebody else on the drop of a dime, it's what I got to do. This is what you do when you play online. Anyways, so the great hair, he sits there and he says, "Well, it seems like your friend has gone to take care of her friends, so that's one thing. Do you think there's a way we could spy on these Dragoon? That it sounds like you ran into the palace guard." And he's talking to you, Agaragis. Yeah, well, he's mentioning it to Agaragis, like he's explaining what he thinks, you know. But what does what does Android do? I'm sorry.
Oh, he was gonna say, well, I think Elsa mentioned that Biggs is kind of having a weird stasis thing, but Zoltan can a mouse.
He looks over at you, Zoltan. He's like, is that true? Can you shapeshift into a mouse?
And Zoltan just
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, and Zoltan he ain't coming back. Oh, there he is.
My bad. Yeah, I can shapeshift into various animals.
Says, really? Would you be above doing that and spying on these palace guard? If a Garrigus here could point the one out to you?
Try.
It might be too dangerous to take a Garrigus with you, but not necessarily though. Yeah.
I could hide.
Yeah, that might work. That might work, yes. The two of you go on a spying mission and report back to Android and I. Sounds like a plan,
Captain.
Alright. Just work out the details when you get there. Alright. Well, you better get at it then.
Good luck, PT. I'm counting on you.
Deuces. So as Garrigus and Zoltan, you guys begin to exit the arena as well. And as soon as you guys are like good and out of earshot, the gray hair, he sits there and says, okay, well, now that they're gone, it's important that you know something, Android.
Oh?
He says, yes, I'm sorry, and he sticks you with the needle.
You're fucking shitting me.
I thought about that. I thought that I should have like separated him.
I'm just kidding. It doesn't
No.
happen.
Aw.
It doesn't happen.
I was like, you lying motherfucker.
I quit.
I
No,
was betrayed.
no, the great hair doesn't stick you or say anything. He just, he continues to watch the fight and comment on it. But, Android, you do actually start to feel kind of lightheaded. And you're not, and you're not entirely sure why. Go ahead and roll me a will save, old chap.
Oh no. I also betrayed my shadow.
Yeah.
That was a good ass will save.
I like that you think that's good enough.
It was a good one though.
It was a good one. It was a good one. You begin to feel kind of dizzy for a minute, and the gray hair, he's just talking to you, and he's like, and at first he sounds like normal. He's like, I'll admit, Quill actually does look like he can hold his own, even though he is naked as a dragoon's baby. But and the more he talks, the deeper his voice becomes. He's like, no, he's like,
Yeah, he's good.
what was wrong with you? You look funny. You okay? And then your eyes just close and your head slumps forward. And darkness. Elsa, are you back with us, bud?
For the moment.
Okay, so what I was saying before is that, so the inky blot that was your shadow, right? Biggs, he's like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna vomit, and then he does. And it just becomes this fountainous torrent of black ink just fountaining out of the inky, the black spot that was your... Shut up. That was your shadow, and hitting the ground next to it and pooling up and basically filtering back into the hole. So it's a perpetual cycle of just, fountaining out and then pooling up and then sinking back into the hole, which then fountains back out. And it does this for like a few minutes. And the two Nezumi over there who are basically like getting loaded stop what they're doing and they're just kind of looking and they're like, whoa. Man, and one of them just like hits the wall and slides down and sits on their butt and then kind of just falls asleep, while the other one just kind of sits there and watches you intently, but doesn't even look like it's really watching you at all. And then eventually it stops and becomes just a large pool of shadow. But it's not shadow. Like I said, it's like a pool of black ink. And then when it starts to form up again, it's like it refracts the light off of its body. Like when the light hits it, it can't perceive this darkness. Or better yet, the darkness itself can't perceive the light. So it makes the light travel around its body and doesn't reflect it at all. And it takes this large monstrous shape. It is very bestial, and though it is made of shadow, it's defined. You can make out what looks like fur, and you realize that Biggs has transformed himself possibly into a representation of a giant warg. And he just kind of snorts for a minute and shakes his head, and he's like, oh. And he kind of looks himself up and down and then looks at you. All of a sudden he goes, well, that was something, eh, Paisana?
She looks at him and goes, you okay there, bud? You look a little, different.
He goes, well, you know, I think because I was a part of, if I'm understanding this correctly, I was a part of Ek, so I reflected Ek. Now I'm a part of you. So the way I look best reflects
Kinda
you.
explains, you know, that look you got going on there.
Exactly. What's
Like, can you, you know, make it less look like that? You know, you're a little suspicious you follow me around like that, but...
He goes, yeah, I think I can. And he,
She points at the guy that's just kind of staring, and she goes, you might want to do it kind of quickly.
he goes, oh, yeah, and he kind of focuses a little bit, and when he does, when he shapes down, and I don't really have an image of this, but when he shapes down, he becomes just like he becomes a formless black void that is basically a silhouette of you, Elsa. And he blinks and he's like, oh, well, this is weird.
She's like, I agree, but you look a little more shadow-like now.
He goes, yeah, but okay, all right then.
She's like, I mean, you do what you want, but there's so many questions that you have to explain because I don't even know what's happening here.
He goes, I think that other form is like with Ek, right? That form I had just before Ek vanished best represented what Ek was. See, before I looked sort of just like Ek, but then I became that darker void because that was all Ek was. Now I best represent you looking like this, but the other form I think is the best representation of who you really are, which is scary. Because I don't understand much of it myself. I'm learning me as we go. He goes, but, and he forms up his arm and it looks like a freaking blade. He goes, but I've kept all my abilities.
Well, that's good.
He goes, so, so what's all this going on now?
There's a lot going on.
He goes, oh yeah?
She kind of gives him a rundown of what's been happening.
He says, oh, well, we can't let them kill those kids.
You're right, that's why I left. And you did whatever this is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it really, honestly, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like I got turned inside out, which is weird because I don't even have insides.
Very violent.
Yep. Yeah. He goes, yeah, well, when we get back, there's some things we're going to need to take care of.
And it's quite alright.
He goes, let's hurry up and get this
first,
done.
we have to find some kids.
He says, and how? He goes, because when we get back, there was some unfinished business that me and X started with a certain clergy. He goes, I don't know what happened to me while I was changing, but some things fell into place, some pieces. And I think I understand it now, and if it's what I think it is, we are going to have to deal with that. So yeah, let's go find them kids. Agaragus and Zoltan. Agaragus, you and Zoltan kind of like you don't I guess you don't rush back, but you make your way back to the hole in the window that Agaragus made. And I'm guessing Agaragus, you kind of make a point of just kind of staying kind of out of sight, hiding within like Zoltan's kind of, kind of using him as a shield to kind of hide as cover.
Yeah.
And you point out the window to him.
Okay. Actually, I have a question to ask you. Do you mind if we go into the other?
The side narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Oh, hold on a second. What's next? Now I gotta do a kiss emoji, give him.
Okay, I'll help you.
Just a weird amount,
Okay. I was gonna. Okay.
Okay, so now what? All right, what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask about is this like an opportunity time? Do you think like how would I like hide? Okay, I know this sounds stupid, and I don't know if you're the right person to be asking this, but should I like hide in its cloak and try to take it? And I don't know how to go about.
So the hourglass is embedded in his chest.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So it's going to be a difficult thing to get off of him anyways. But, however, any moment that you get away, get alone with him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to purposely, let me put it to you like this. I'm not just going to screw him over and purposely put him in a situation where it would be easy for you to take it. But I will say that any chance you want to take to get alone with him to try and plot on how to get that off of him, there will be situationally, there will always be a moment that you could, when you think you can strike, you go for it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, just like anything like coming up, you're gonna already have kind of a situation that I could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's always going to be a moment where you can, you know what I'm saying, or where you can at least try. But I'm not necessarily on your side or his side about this. This is just how the story plays itself out. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And so, would this be a good time to try that, or you're...
Oh, you want to know what I think as the DM?
I guess. I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't know if this...
I would say what I would do if I were you, I would play it by ear. And if it looks like you can strike, then strike. You know what I'm saying? Always play it by ear. Because at this time right now, you might not want to strike at all and just gain his trust.
Right.
It's really up to how you want to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can try, you can wait for your opportunity now and then go for it, or you can take this moment to try and gain his trust and go for it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's really up to you.
Okay. Alright.
All
That's
right.
all I had to ask.
All right, now when we get back, just for the sake of the party, I'm gonna just quickly come up with some kind of BS and just be like, and that's how that works. If you do this, mechanically, this is how this is gonna work. That's how that works. You know what I mean? And because, and then I'm gonna feed them a story. Okay?
Okay.
And I just need you to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. All right?
Yeah. Okay, I can do that.
Because I don't want any of the players to get suspicious.
Oh, no, I know.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, we all good. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're back. All right, so you understand now how that works?
Yeah.
That's you've got to do it that way, or your ability just won't work.
Okay.
And because it's a private ability that you haven't shown the party yet, that's why. So yeah, that's what that was about. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. You're good. All right. Anyways, so Zoltan, Agaricus shows you the hole in the window, and what are your thoughts as you ponder this situation that you are in?
I am terrible at sneaking around. And I honestly don't know why I submitted to this mission.
Nice.
That's what
I
says
forgot last time I tried to sneak around, I got caught both times.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was kind of it was kind of odd that there was a mouse crawling around that temple. Like, you were just at a place at that time. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
I should have been a cat. It probably would have worked.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're here. So what would you like to do? What are you thinking? You're allowed to play as much D&D as you like.
How far up is that window?
It's the window. It's not very far up at all. It was because your guys' rooms are on the ground floor, For a Garrigus, the fall was like 5 feet. For you, it's like maybe like a 3 foot to 2 foot. You know what I'm saying? It's like stomach height for you. You know what I'm saying?
If that's the case, can I just like walk up to the window and take a peep inside of that?
You sure may.
What's I gotta roll?
Well, what is it are you looking for anything specific, or are you just kind of just glancing around for something out of place?
I'm just looking around to see if the people that Garrigus mentioned are still in there, if there's anything that has any like clues.
So you go walking up to the window and you poke your head in, and you don't have to roll anything right away. You do see a couple of dragoon women who look like they're like housekeeping, as it were. You know, you can tell that they're housekeeping. You want bed for bed? But what kind of hotel is this? No, but they you know, they look like servants, and they see you at the window, and they're just like, oh, and then they, you know, they're sweeping up, and they just kind of drop their brooms and their pans, and they're just like, oh, so sorry, is this your room?
No, I was just looking because there was a commotion earlier, and I just wanted to see what it was all about.
They're like, well, and then they look at you, they look you over, and they go, you're one of the guests, one of the foreigners staying here at the palace, yes?
That is correct.
Go ahead and roll me
I don't like this already.
Roll me a spot.
Give me a second, I gotta find it on this device.
Give me a second. I gotta find it on this device. The way he said that.
Give me a second real quick. It's just right.
Give me a picnic basket.
Those at home are right now, they're shoving like pencils in here.
Yeah. You know.
I rolled 2 on accident. It doesn't matter, they're both the same.
Okay, so 28. Yes. Alright, so so they say you are one of the foreigners, the guests of the palace, yes?
That is correct.
And then as you say that, they say, interesting. Now here's the thing. This entire time, I've been saying they. And it dawns on you that they're both speaking, though they're seemingly 2 different people. They're both answering you in unison. And they're...
They are Siamese.
Just would you stop it. Stop it. Anyway.
Stop.
I didn't say they looked alike. I just said, shut up. Anyway. Alright, if you don't please, just hush. Anyway.
I don't please.
Anyway.
Got him.
Got him. So yeah, they're okay. But yeah, they're both talking, and you notice that, like, even though one was on the ground sweeping with a little dust broom and a pan, and the other ones were regularly sweeping, the second you walked in, their actions were in unison. Both dropped their stuff, both stood up side by side, and even though they don't look alike, they're both speaking in unison and answering you, and you notice that they both seem extremely deadpan. So go ahead and roll me a will save.
Lovely.
Quite, yes.
It's quite lovely. Did I roll it? I did roll it. Ooh.
Fucking
We love those.
Oh, dude.
We love those.
Yeah,
We love those. We got a nat 20 with it.
at least somebody is. So you noticed as you're saying, so as you begin to notice this, you begin to peel back the layers of this situation, and your eyesight almost attunes. You know, you're like, don't cite the deep speech to me, witch, you know? And
Nice.
you begin, you begin to realize, you know spell casting when you see it. And pretty soon you realize that what you're looking at is a couple of holograms. Like, not holograms, but spectral images that are tethered. You notice that there's like a tether coming off of the both of them, and then it wires out and then conjoins into a singular tether, and looks like it's, you know, snaking out of the room into some unknown area. And you realize that that is what you're looking at, is a couple of illusions.
So what you're getting at is someone's casting, like they're casting spectral images, and they try casting a spell on you.
Well, they're casting spectral images. Do you feel like there's a spell being casted on you? No.
No, here's the thing. If there is, I shall make a comment fall on this balance. Anyways.
How do you like that? F around and find out. Android, like you, Quill, you're just out there wrestling, and then all of a sudden, boom! You see a meteor hit the freaking palace, and you're like, "What the? What did they do?"
I am a glass cannon in some scenario.
Yeah, Android, you just wake up like, "Oh Anyways, no.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oddly enough,
We gotta leave this right now.
Oddly
We
enough,
gotta go.
Oddly enough, Elsa and Biggs were marching down the street. The meteor hit the palace. Elsa looked back at it and then just kept on walking like, huh, whatever.
He said Elsa looked back at it. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And said, huh, let's go save them kids. Yeah. Let's go save our buddies. So that's so far that's all you know, is that somebody's casting spectral images that are tethered to a spot somewhere out of sight. So you're talking to a couple of spectral images.
And you said there's like a tethered line showing, like going away from the images.
Yeah, I
right?
want you to think that the tether is snaking into the room, and as it comes into the room, it wides out into two separate tethers and hooks into the backs of these spectral images. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So like, would you say Zoltan like knows what it looks like? So if he like walks away and tries to, because he's not gonna vault that, he's not gonna climb through the window and just follow the line. That'll give it away.
Give it away. You could roll do you have knowledge of Arcana? You could roll a knowledge of Arcana to see if you could better decipher exactly what the heck. That's in your skills, in the knowledge section. In the knowledge section.
I have knowledge of nature, but everything else is a 1.
Okay, so you don't actually have a knowledge of Arcana. So, do you have spellcraft?
I believe I do. Maybe. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, so here's the difference. Knowledge of Arcana will tell you exactly what's happening. Spellcraft will tell you how it's being done.
Okay. I'll take my gamble with it.
Alrighty. That's what we like. Eye rollers here, people. Eye rollers.
Did I roll it? I don't know, because I have 2 different pages open there in order to do this.
He goes, did I roll it? I don't know. Yeah, you rolled it twice. I'll go with the first one.
I clicked it once. I'm being serious. I only click it once and it keeps doing this.
He goes, did I roll it? I don't know. I have 2 pages open. Alright, well, I'll go with the 28.
This is why you don't play on your phone.
Well, this is, yeah, but I'm glad you actually can roll on your phone, so I'm not going to complain. You know, I can always go with the first roll. That's not a big deal. 28. So we'll go with the 28, which, to be honest, isn't like,
Is it good?
It's as close to being almost as perfect as you can get. It's pretty darn close. So what you're deciphering from this is, though you don't know exactly what is being cast here, you know that what it basically you're looking at least, is a silver cord, as they call it. It's not so much an illusion that you're actually seeing. You realize that it's not an illusion. What it is it's a projection. And that's how that's working. But what it actually is, you don't know, because you do not have knowledge of Arcana. But what's really throwing you off is the fact that even though it's a projection, it branches out to 2 different projections, but then it conjoins and then runs as one. And that's just throwing you off. You can't be for sure what's going on. 100% anyways. But it's not an illusion, it's a projection.
Okay. So anyways, I summon Cuff.
You summon
It hurts my brain. Nah,
So anyways, you prefer to blast him.
So there I am,
You
standing, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Well, I guess I'm gonna put 2 to 2 together and just tell Garrigus to stay away from the window. Well, I'm gonna walk away from it and then tell Garrigus, and then I'm gonna double back and see if it's still there.
So as you
Because I'm curious.
as you go walking away from the window, you they don't really say anything from you, but you can hear that what sounds like the sounds of cleaning once more.
Okay.
And when you double back to the window, you see one on the ground sweeping in a pan and the other one sweeping with a broom. And now you've noticed that they're not actually cleaning anything. Nothing is being cleaned here. They haven't moved from that same spot. And it's almost like they're just moving, as one sweeps. Like, say with their broom, for instance, it's just sweeping, but it's not actually moving any of the debris or dirt or anything. It's like they're phasing through it. And when you come walking up, they both stop, the one stands up and they stand by side again and they say, "Hello, welcome back. You weren't gone long."
No, I forgot to ask y'all something. Did y'all happen to see who ran away from the commotion of everything?
They each turn their heads and look at one another for a moment, and then they turn and they look and they say, "No."
Okay. Well, I'll let y'all go on. Deuces.
Say, "Okay," and they go back to what they're doing.
Absolutely nothing. Anyways, I'm gonna go walk to Garrigus and tell him to stay away from the window, because I'm pretty sure they're on the lookout for him. So, So, yep. And then, honestly, I don't want to shapeshift yet, but I guess I'll walk inside the palace. I'll just go through the main entrance to see if I can see the silver lining again.
Okay, so as you're walking towards the palace, Agargus, do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. You follow Zoltan into the palace, and Zoltan, when you walk into the front entrance of the palace, everything seems normal. You don't see a silver cord or anything, and you can see servants in there, and these ones you can tell are quite real. You know, they all look fairly they all look like they should be there. They all look fairly normal. And in fact, you see a familiar face. One of the dragoon who was sent by Mazaru with you guys approaches you all. Let's see. Yes, this one. He's one of the dragoon. He's one of the shaman apprentices of Mazaru. He's wearing the long robes, and he's got the bronze like orange scales, almost like it's not copper, but it's not exactly crimson either. And he comes and he approaches you, and he says, "Oh, welcome back." He says, "Are you enjoying the Jingzhou?"
Yes.
He says, "Very good, very good. Mazaru won't be here until tomorrow, of course. Is there something I can help you all with?"
Hold on. Zoltan is considering and weighing all the options. You said I didn't see anything when I walked in. Like, I didn't see the silver lining of the projection, right?
No, you sure don't.
Okay.
And like I said, everybody in here seems very real.
Alright.
And in fact, you don't even, Agargus, you don't even see those one particular dragoon, like the guards, or whatever they were. You don't even see them walking around. Right now, it just looks like looks like your normal palace guard. Just kind of moving around.
By chance, when Agargus was telling him that, I was there with him, right?
Yeah, you were there.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna ask him about the two dragoons, right? They were dragoons.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask him about the two dragoons and see what they are.
He listens.
Or if he knows who they are.
He listens to your description of them and he says, "Now, do you tell him the full story, or do you just give him a description of like the two dragoon and you're just asking about them?"
I'm just giving him a description and just saying I'm curious of who they were because, you know, they were different colors than everyone else.
He says, "Well, that, based upon your description, they sound like that is the royal guard. The personal guard of the emperor and the ancestors themselves." He says they could be anybody if you're asking about two specific ones, but I mean there are many of the royal guard. You have your regular guard, and he motions to the one over there with the greenish blue scales. You know, the ones with the greenish blue scales who have the Naginata swords in their hands, you know, which is just basically a pole blade. He says, I mean, there's your regular guard, and they're quite common throughout our lands, but you're talking about the royal guard, it sounds like, and if you're asking about two specific ones, I'd need names. You don't have any names, do you?
Ask Agargus. I don't remember names.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no no no.
I'm really bad at names in real life. No. Can I roll an intelligence?
You can.
I knew I should like wrote it down. Oh.
Okay, well, luckily for you, you did not catch any names. Anyways, no names were given.
Oh, okay.
I could have saved us some time, but, you know, then I'm taking away your agency, right?
You
But no, you didn't catch any names. The more you get to thinking about it, you realize, well, they didn't actually say their names.
Nice.
Why don't the both of you roll me a sense motive?
Is that
Not.
That's in your skills. No, you.
Exactly. That's
Ooh.
it.
Ooh. Ooh. Dang it, man. That was almost a crit. So,
Oh, see, I type it once and I keep getting it twice. I love this game.
freaking
matter what I do.
D&D! Sitting on Baltic with crap! So, as you say no, Zoltan, it completely passes you by, but Agurgus, to you it almost seems like there's a look of relief on this shaman's face as he says, oh, well then, I suppose then there's not much I can do to help you then. If you don't really know who it is you're looking for, I would just go back to enjoying the festival and not worrying so much about it, unless there is a particular reason why we should find these two.
I don't know. Just curious of who they were. Just saw them and just wanted to know.
He nods at you, Zoltan. And what about you? And he looks at you, Agargus. Is there, is there a reason we should find them?
he kind of looks at Zoltan and he just looks at him real quick and he's like, no, I mean, yeah, if he's not bothered, I'm not bothered. Same as him, we were just trying to figure out who they were. I hadn't seen them before.
Says, very well then, well, we've got quite a mess to clean up in one of the rooms, so, from what I understand, I don't know. It wasn't one of your rooms, was it?
I don't think so.
Looks at you, Zoltan. Was it your room? And Zoltan died, everybody.
He's so dead.
He dead. He's so dead.
Gonzo.
Zoltan gone. He gone.
I'm not feeling anxiety.
He found the box of dicks and died on them.
Well, I don't know if it's all like that, but but
It is.
it is. It is.
See?
He sure did.
Evo took the phone and said,
He sure
"Got to
did.
train now, bitch."
Something killed him. Something took him out. All ate up. No lettuce, no tomato.
Poor child.
You back now? Maybe. Zoltan?
And this, kids, is why you don't do drugs.
Zoltan, you there, buddy?
Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No. Hear me out. My thing was backwards
Hear
where
me
I
out.
mute myself up.
He says,
Hey,
On
hear
my-
me out.
okay, Jason.
He begins it with a hear me out. Hear me out. You know what? No, you know what, Dragons? You're right. You're right. I'm sorry for doubting you. My apologies.
No, well, the thing on my mic where I could mute it was upside down, and I thought it was unmuted when I muted myself, but I lied. I muted myself.
That's all right. So he looks at you, Zoltan, and he says, "How about you? Was that your room?"
No, where did it take place at?
He says, "We thought it happened in one of the guest rooms that you were staying in, but apparently not. Maybe it was one of your friends. Do me a favor, ask around. Because if their room has a gaping hole in the window, we need to put them in a different room, of course."
Will do. Do you mind if I go check the room to see if it is my room?
He looks at you and goes, "Not at all. Of course not." Then he motions.
Do you mind pointing out where it is real quick?
Oh, he goes, "Oh, of course. It's that room right over there." And he points to the one.
F.
F's.
F in the
Ah.
chat.
Thank you.
As you go walking in there, I need you both to roll me a will save. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
You thought Zoltan was just gonna stroll up like that? No, Zoltan's gonna be ultimately dumb at the moment.
Yeah.
He's gonna play retard.
No, but as you do approach that room, you never see that silver cord again. And as you look in the room, you don't see the two women in there cleaning it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Zoltan does not like this game. Zoltan doesn't like the game.
And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okie dokie.
So Zoltan has found the culprit. Zoltan knows who it is.
Bum bum bum.
And they know he knows. And they know.
And they know. And they know.
And they know.
Well, well, I want to thank all the listeners at home for joining us. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry. I'm. What were we gonna say?
Listening.
Oh, shut up. Never mind. I want to thank everybody for listening. It really means a lot, and welcome back to the channel. Where I'm gonna start doing more content on here. I was just taking a break for the holidays, and I'm coming back now. I want to thank them old school gamers, AGTX the Dragons, Casseed 69, Icy Hot 2305, Ness, and Unit 620. Thank you guys for allowing me to take the break for the holidays and coming back without question when it was time to play. I called and you all answered the call for battle, you know, so that's...
You're not welcome.
That's... Jesus, Casseed, what the heck?
She was saying what I was gonna say. She was planning on it.
What the heck? Anyways, you all...
Good girl.
Okay, well, anyways, despite Casseed, you couldn't ask for a better group of players. No, I'm just playing. No, really, you couldn't ask for a better group of players, and I mean that. So, we've had a group. We've lost a lot of players, but we've gained others, and man, this this campaign's going on like 7 years now, huh, guys?
It's going on for a while.
Android and Uquill are the two oldest players in the group now, and yeah, it's been going on for about 7 years, and it's still going strong. We lose some, but we get some, so yeah, I just can't thank you all enough, and I'm proud of myself. I want to cry. Anyways,
OBKB.
But thank you all at home for joining us, and y'all come back now. Stay golden. Bye. Say bye, y'all.
Bye. Have a nice time.
Deuces.